casino rush, martini got a crush, been pushing and pulling, it won't open, it's no good and I'm wide awake now, I can't get no sleep.
The Blades Ramble are proudly supported by our main channel sponsor, My Business Group, a group of brands designed to support owners, leaders and managers in business. We would not be where we are without the incredible support of John and the team. If you're looking to grow your business, contact mybusinessgroup.co.uk today for more information or follow the link in the description below.
Blades fans, subscribe to Blades Ramble. Up the Blades.
Good evening, Blades, and welcome back to the Blades Ramble for this very special watch-along. It's Sheffield United against Middlesbrough, two teams that are coming into this with a much-needed desire to come and get 3 points. You know, big implications for both of these teams in this, what is typically a crazy championship season. Middlesbrough going for automatic promotion and Sheffield United trying to correct their early season form and hunt down a playoff place. It's still there to be had, but obviously we can't afford too many more slip-ups or too many more drop points at this stage. So massive game for both teams tonight. And as ever, I will not be doing this alone because I've got a surprise for everyone. My co-commentator this evening will be the one, the only, the man down under, Jamie Dumpling. How you doing, mate? Is it sunny?
Yeah, not yet. It's still sunrise, but I think it's going to absolutely tip it down today. So, not great weather, but you know, you take it with the absolute belter of the heat that I had yesterday.
Well, I'm glad you made it there and had a decent journey over, mate. Obviously, you're going to go over there and have the time of your life. You've been very kind enough to get yourself up very early in the morning there, where it's approaching 10 to 6, I think, Australian time where you are. And you got yourself up for this watch along. So great commitment, pal. Really appreciate you joining me. Before we get into the team news, and there is a big piece of team news, I need to just run through a message from one of our sponsors. Now, you'll see in the banner at the bottom, okjersey.com is a great place to get retro and modern day football jerseys at very good prices, at very good quality. I've got a couple myself. I've got a England 1990 shirt and an Italy 94 shirt, one of the Baggio shirts, which were great value and great quality. And just before we get into the team news, mate, if I can find it, we're just going to have a little message from OK Jersey.
Do you want your favourite replica shirts for the World Cup? Check out okjersey.com. It's high quality jerseys starting from just £15. I love mine. From modern day shirts to the old classics that we all love. Use the code RAMBLE at the checkout to get 8% off your order. Get ready for the World Cup in style. And thank you to OK Jersey for their support of the Ramble.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'm eyeing up a Brazil 1971 on there as well. There's a lot of classics on there, some international shirts, club ones. So be sure to check that out, and you get 8% off your next shop if, as it says down below, you use the code RAMBLE. So would recommend to all the Blades and anyone joining this watch along, go and check it out. Let's move on to the game, mate, because we've got some interesting team news. We have got one change to the starting lineup, and to some people it's possibly a surprising change, but Patrick Bamford starts. I had an inkling that Chris Wilder was throwing the opposition a bit of a curveball, and there it is. So not out for 2 to 3 weeks, mate. He's back for this game. How big a lift is that for us coming into this game against difficult opposition?
Yeah, it's a huge one. Obviously, Cannon, he's not, from the bits I picked up because I weren't able to watch Oxford, he's not done a particularly bad job. He's a bit of a drop-off, and Cannon is just a different player into up top. Bamford's quality is just so good at the minute, and he's so crucial for this team, especially when we play that 4-2-3-1. But I think Again, nothing taken away from Cannon. He did a relatively good job. I think got 2 assists in the last game, and he was making them runs in behind and everything. But the job Bamford does, it's such a difficult job it is, but he makes the hard parts look easy where he'll easily just drop off a bit, help others out, and then quickly get back up. It's the way he does it and the link-up play, it's so crucial, but he does it to an unbelievable level, and I think it gives us that much of a good chance that you can back us to potentially get something out of this game if you did potentially before, just because he's in the side.
No, I agree, mate, and he's the ideal one really amongst the strikers that we have in the squad. Look, Ty Campbell, we've seen can when he's at his best can lead the line in a 1 up there in this formation. And you mentioned a 4-2-3-1. Quite clearly, that's the shape we're in tonight. You'd have to think so, looking at the personnel that's out there. But Patrick Bamford, with his quality and experience and just his overall style of play, he's ideal to lead the line and be a perfect link man for the players in behind him. We talked about it in the Plat chat recently, how a 1 up front is not always about scoring goals. Yes, you'd like them to score goals, but their primary job is to work very hard and create space and opportunities for the players in behind him. So you're looking at Gus Hamer, Callum O'Hare, Andre Brooks, all offer a threat from in behind Patrick Bamford in terms of assists and goals when they're at the best. So, and we've seen Andre Brooks as being one that has really stepped on it recently and formed a great partnership with the players around him, particularly with Femi Sariki at right back, who's been impressive this season. So I'm happy with the lineup, mate. I think other than one player, it's pretty much what I expected. I half expected to see Rothwell in the middle with Peck, and I thought they might give Arblaster a rest, but he's stuck with Arblaster and Peck. So it'll be interesting to see. Borough pretty strong in the middle of the park. Interesting battle, I think.
Yeah, it'll be the only issue with Arblaster and Peck is the 2 similar players. If you've got someone that's a bit different in midfield, they're great to have, but Arblaster especially coming back from the injury, and I'm not expecting him to be up and going fully till the start of next season, really. But I think just having 2 very similar players, I think it just makes it so that we're a bit frail in that midfield. But I think that we probably, how would you say they did last game? Because from the sounds of it, they started poor, but then they did eventually pick up a bit.
They did eventually pick up a bit as the game went on. I do think that perhaps we've got better combinations, better pairings that we can put in there. It was, for a long time I wanted to see Peck and Blaster in the middle. That was something that I'd kind of longed for. 2 of our homegrown players, if you like, coming into the side and playing together in the middle. I've got to say, I think there are better combinations, but it's a squad game nowadays, isn't it? And it's good to have options, and it's good to have them both being able to play together if they can and compete with one another as well. We'll see how they get on tonight. This is a tough test. Middlesbrough, I was just looking at some stats before the game. They're obviously very strong at home. Traditionally, Middlesbrough are, and they are this season. They've lost 2 games of their 15 home games this season. They travel pretty well, though. They've won 7, drawn 4, lost 4 away from home, and this is reflected in the fact of where they are in the league table. So it's not going to be an easy game for us, but we find, don't we, that sometimes it brings the best out of Sheffield United, particularly when we're on a little bit of a run like we are at the moment. We just seem to be a little bit on the up, and I'm pleased that we've been able to put a strong side out tonight. I don't know if you've seen the bench, Jamie. What do you think of that? We've got Calvin Phillips on there, Tom Cannon, Rothwell. There's some depth there now, isn't there?
It's unreal, that bench. Obviously, it's a bit of a shame losing McCallum, because I think that was one of the best backup. Borough's been the best backup probably in the league, you'd say. But Hyde, how do you pronounce it?
Hjelde from Sunderland.
Hjelde, yeah. Thank you. He's not a bad option. I know Sunderland fans have slated him, but I'm pretty sure he was back up for them last season. He played 30-odd games, or around that. Yeah, he played 19 games for them. So I think he's a good squad option. He can play centre-half as well. And with McGuinness being there, I'm guessing Benby's not fully ready yet. He's not a bad option to have on either side. I mean, Benny, you could say he's not been up to, but he just scored last game. He was great running behind as well. And Rothwell and Phillips, that is unbelievable. The quality there is mental. To have one of them come on for you off the bench, if you're Middlesbrough, you think, oh God, what is this? And then obviously Cannon, if we go to up top, great to have because he can then help Bamford out and do a lot of the running. And Campbell, I think, just good to have for a different type of play. I mean, with that midfield, you wouldn't even think they were missing someone like Gyro. You'd probably think, oh, he must be missing out because of quality. No, he's just injured. And it shows when he comes back, the competition then, not just to get in that starting 11, but on the bench alone, that is unreal. I'm guessing it'll be Arblaster who comes out just because of the injury, but still, the levels you can have if one needs to drop out and one needs to come in. It's unbelievable. And then you got Tom Davis as well to come in, who, for me, is probably now one of our, well, still is one of our best midfield choices, but on pure ability, up there with Calvin Phillips. If he's not with the injuries, he's not with us. Bottom line.
If you could get them all fit, I mean, it's fierce competition. And City Peck's saying he was playing with me, and that's the attitude you want from all of them as well, especially ones that are a bit younger like him, and experienced players coming through the door with reputations, and he doesn't care. That place is his as far as he's concerned, and that's how I want our players to think. But just before, because we've got 4 minutes till kickoff, mate, and this was a big reveal getting you on because I don't think anybody expected after flying to Australia on Saturday, was it? You flew over there. Don't think Saturday.
Landed Sunday, yeah.
Landed Sunday. Don't think anybody expected you to be in a state to come on to a watch along, but fortunately you're young and resilient, unlike some of us, and you bounce back quickly despite the jet lag. But what's the plans for this first week in Oz? Have you got anything in the pipeline?
Well, I think later today, obviously for you guys, it'll be the middle of the night, so you're coming into Tuesday. I'm already there. I think I'm just going to see family, just have a bit of a wander. I've not really got a plan at the minute still, which is a bit worrying soundingly. I think for about probably a week or so, stay with family, stay with one of my cousins. Yeah, just figure it out from there, really.
Well, you're in the future at the moment. We're looking into the future, looking at you, and hopefully the future of this game is going to be 3 points for Sheffield United. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I've got an inkling that we might just pinch it, Jamie. I'm feeling confident. I think just the way we're playing at the moment, I think we might cause Middlesbrough some problems, particularly at Bramall Lane. I think if it was at the Riverside, I might not feel quite as confident. But we'll see how it goes. I will try and dive into just a couple of quick comments while we are, because the players are in the tunnel at the moment. So let's see. And my comments have disappeared. That's interesting. Let's just try and find them. Here we go. I've found them. So, starting us off, actually, we've got Stephen Marsden has become a new member. Welcome, mate. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Thanks for supporting the channel. Ian says, evening, Lou. Ian, the gatekeeper. Evening, Lou. Looking forward to this. Got a sneaking feeling we'll nick it. Teams coming to the lane know they have to score at least 3 goals to get a result. Yeah, 3 goals again. Ole, ole. Going for a statement victory, 3-0. Come on, you red and white wizards, up the Ramble indeed. And Ian, hi Stephen, how are you doing, pal? So Ian welcoming our new member, Stephen. The gatekeeper's back with please could viewers refrain from commenting on goals until Lou has seen them, until Jamie has seen them as well. Jamie's in the future, so he'll see them before us. Jamie's got the result already. He's just keeping it.
Yeah.
So. We'll see, but as seen, his stream will be a few seconds behind, so it's unfair to spoil his enjoyment. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. And yeah, if you could refrain from putting goal in the comments, folks. I know it's difficult getting excited when United score, but I would appreciate it. Just on that, mate, just so we can get synced up, what are you seeing at the moment? I'm looking at the United lineup as it stands.
So they've just shown the lineup now. Obviously, you'll have Sky footage, so they'll do things slightly differently. I've got beIN Sports, so they're showing like the typical Sky Sports Plus layout of things. I think what we'll do is when we kick off, just say who kicks off first and then try and just get it lined up because I can pause on my end if I'm head, and I'm guessing you can pause as well because I think yours is Sky Stream.
Yes, I've got Sky Stream and I can pause, so we'll sort that out at kick-off, I guess. I'm just looking at the Middlesbrough lineup. One player that I'll pick out is Morgan Whittaker, who is someone that they rely on for a lot of creativity and goals. He's been excellent for them this season. They've got him playing in the 10 in this, in a 4-2-3-1, which is, I guess, kind of what I expected. It could sometimes turn into a 4-3-3. I've seen them play 2 or 3 different formations, Borough. That's what Sky have got it as. Whittaker, to me, I've seen him coming off the right-hand side a lot onto his left foot. That's what I tend to see. But yeah, they've got him in the 10 here. We'll see as the game starts. Normally they play with 2 wide men and they cut in quite early and go narrow, which is what I'm expecting.
Callum agrees with left wing pretty much the majority of the season. This is what Fulham's given me, but it looks like a flat midfield three of Hidden Hackney, Morrison, Alan Brown. And if McGree is at left wing, then it makes sense to be a 4-3-3 near enough.
Yeah, I think I'd be expecting the same, mate. And just showing Patrick Bamford there. I think he was 6 goals in 8 appearances. Impressive since he's arrived. And yeah, it looks like we're about ready to start. So we've got the Middlesbrough players in a huddle at the minute.
I'll let you know when the camera cuts to me for that, because I'm just focusing on Bamford at the minute. So it looks like
you're slightly behind. So in a minute, I'll pause it. And when you
kick off,
I'll pause. Paul Donnelly says, thought United would have started Rothwell. Yeah, me too, mate. I was expecting Rothwell alongside Peck. But yeah, he's stuck with Blaster tonight, giving him an opportunity to keep the shirt. And
it must be a fitness issue, because obviously Rothwell's not played much this season. Phillips haven't played much in the past few years, so it can only be that. But you know that when they'll come on, the quality there will just shine, and he'll probably improve if they're fit enough to do 20 minutes, half an hour. Then yeah, it'll probably, especially if we're needing a goal, just help that midfield reinforcements, or even defend one really. The midfield reinforcements will be something else.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of depth and competition now there, haven't we? Which is going to stand as well going into the back end of this season. So I'm just about to pause, mate. And when the kickoff takes place, let me know, and I'll press play.
What, when they kick the ball?
Yeah.
All right, sound.
So I've just got him. I've got Conway stood over the centre spot at the moment.
Yep, just pan into that now. Have to look closely. Kicked off.
Right, we're good. We are in sync in that case. And Middlesbrough knocking a long diagonal ball forward, straight out of play. So Sheffield United will get a throw in on our left-hand side very early on. Harrison Burrows.
The time I'm on, by the way, is 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
I'm a few seconds behind you, so I'll skip forward slightly. So I'm on 34. Let me know when you get to 34.
Now.
Got it. Right, we're definitely in sync now. So Tanganga playing the ball across to Bindon. Bindon across to Burrows, just inside the Borough half. Gus Hamer collects it and plays a pass inside, which goes underneath the foot of Peck, and Middlesbrough have got the ball back. And now Hackney will bring it forward on Middlesbrough's left. He's got a couple of options around him, but United seem to have those options locked down at the minute. They play the ball back. And Middlesbrough just looking to try and have a little bit of possession now, work their way into the box bit by bit, not rushing it. Callum O'Hare closing down the defender, but they bring it away. So Middlesbrough just inside the Sheffield United half. And we nick it back, and it's Gus to Callum O'Hare in a battle for the ball. And United come away with it again. So it's Siddy Peck driving forward. Knocks it wide to Gus. Gus looking like he was going to cross it there. He's just held on to it. To Blaster. Back to Tanganga. Over to the right-hand side to Sariki. We might look to take McGree on, but McGree defends that really well. Does really well to block off Femi Sariki there.
To say Femi as well is probably one of the hardest people to defend against when it comes to right backs. He's done really well there, because Femi he's that quick when he's off the mark. He'll usually get fouled quite easily, so he's done really well there just to stop Femi getting through.
He's a quick and powerful lad, and you'll not get a second chance if he does get past you. But Bamford just nods it back to Gus. Gus knocks it down the line. Great ball to Callum O'Hare.
Go on, O'Hare. Nobody's in box.
No one there. The Middlesbrough get it clear, but only as far as Bindon. Burrows back to Bindon, to Tanganga. Now across to Sariki. He'll bring it just over halfway. He plays it inside to Siddy Peck, who twists and turns. He's looking for an option. He finds Andre Brooks over on the right. Femi Sariki will do that classic overlapping run. Arblaster just inside to O'Hare. Nice little bit of play here. O'Hare across to Gus.
Go on,
Looking
Gus.
for the run of Burrows.
Shoot.
Burrows with the cross. And Middlesbrough just about get that way, but it's only as far as Gus. Shot. And he brings a save out of Solbury. Good start from the Blades. Brooks back across and Middlesbrough. Oh, hesitate with the clearance. Peck. Peck lets fly, but scuffs it into the Bramall lane end. Great start, though, from Sheffield United. Very much on the front foot.
Well, both sides seem to be trying to play at 100 mile an hour. I imagine the game will slow down in a bit, but yeah, both teams are trying to get that quick start because they know that early goal will just set precedent, especially if United take the lead early on. It'll really set a tone for the game, considering that if Middlesbrough wins tonight, I believe they go top of the league. It'll be a massive win for these, and it's all pressure's on them, really.
I tell you what, Jamie, if this game's half as good as Liverpool Man City was yesterday, you'll need to go back to bed afterwards because me and Mark were out of breath watching it. It was unbelievable. Andre Brooks inside to Arblaster. He knocks it across to Gus, who just brings it just over halfway.
Done well there.
Burrows overlapping again, but he finds Arblaster inside to Bamford. Bamford to shoot. Oh! Bamford,
what minute are you on, mate? I think you might be a second or two ahead.
I'll try and pause it for a second in a moment and let you catch up. But yeah, but Patrick Bamford in hindsight was very much offside there. In the excitement of the attack, I didn't pick up on it straight away. So I paused it and then played again. So I'm on 4:37.
37. Wait. Count it, mate. Count it. You want to get us in line.
45, 46, 47.
Oh, no. Now I'm ahead. To be fair, this could very easily be Sky and Bein having different timers.
What are you on
now?
I'm
4 minutes, just on to 5 minutes now. But I'm convinced the way you were commentating then, I think Sky might be slightly ahead of Bein anyways.
Well, I'm looking at Calvin Phillips right now.
Yeah.
So I'll pause it for a second again and then give it. So I'll just keep nudging it like that, and then we should be more or less.
Yeah, and then just pan back to the pitch.
Yeah, same. So Middlesbrough with Hackney knocking it back to Ayling. Ayling looking for Hackney again. Gus collects a poor pass from Ayling. Arblaster trying to work his way out of trouble, but Middlesbrough close him out.
Oh, Jesus.
The ball. Hackney now, Middlesbrough on the break. Plays it wide.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
And it's Tommy Conway on his left foot, well over the bar, straight into the back of the cop.
I'm just going to pause it, pal. I think I'm ready then.
So now I'm looking at the replay. I'll just put the replay on.
Yeah. Yeah, he's struggling with the high press. I think it might have been Arblaster to give it away. It's just, again, showing that midfield how we were a bit frail in it. But I think Bindham goes lunging. You completely missed the ball.
There's a couple
It's terrible from Conway. I know it's his weak foot, but it's not even close to being on target. No issues for Michael Cooper. Yeah, you've got to see Peckett or O'Hare again.
He's capable of a lot better, Tommy Conway. But Hackney comes away with the ball again here, and Burrows manages to win it back, but then it's back to Borough again. It's all a little bit scrappy in the middle at the moment. But Borough's trying to build on their left-hand side. We'll get back to some comments in a minute, but at the moment, it's a fairly lively start, and I don't want to take my eyes off it. And
if it carries on like this, you'll have no chance of reading any comments.
And that's a good point. I will get to as many of the comments as I can, folks. And while I'm thinking on as well, I should just change to the score banner and make sure everybody knows what score it is. So we are still 0-0 coming into the 8th minute of the game. So we're on 7:02 now on my clock. And Femi Sariki is going to take a throw straight down the line towards Bamford. He tries to help it on. Middlesbrough get that away. And Sariki does really well to draw a foul from Tommy Conway there. Sariki's great at that, isn't he? Feel a touch and go down. He always makes it look very convincing as well.
I think it's just purely speed. The way he goes in, that because of how quick he's going, it's not the slightest contact. It's not like he's down about. It will just take him down because he's gone with that much velocity. Arblaster shoots it. It's over and wide. But again, good build-up play from United, thinking quickly just to try and beat them on the counter and catch them out a little bit.
Yeah, it's a difficult take though, because he's blocked off a little bit as well. He's trying to curl that around with his weaker foot. Our blaster can't quite wrap enough around it, and yeah, it's well into the Bramall lane. And just while we've got a slight break in play there, see if we can get back to some comments. And Dave Moore, to these evening gents or Lewis, if alone. he suspected that I'd be having a special guest on, which I am. Stay positive, Blades, and don't forget, please wait till stream gets goal before posting it. Just spoil their viewing. Up all the rambles, up the Blades, up the positive 6, like and subscribe, please. Thank you, mate. All the more reason for me to get a little bit behind in the comments, I suppose, because then I'm less likely to have my enjoyment of the game ruined. But I do have to try and keep up if I can. Holly
struggling, by the way, with the press here. Middlesbrough really struggling. Melanda especially just could not get out of it from Bamford, and away just completely on him and just goes out of play.
Yeah, and it looks like Gus is going to pick the ball up now, and he switches the play over to Brooks just inside the Borough half. Holly from the Dwarf, which is Rich, aka Holly Evening, or like my new username. Yes, mate. So we've got another Red Dwarf fan, and a shot from.
Oh. Thought that was trickling in then.
Yeah, shot from City Peck. Couldn't quite see where that was headed for a moment. So Brooks drives inside.
He's done very well, Brooks, here.
He's done really well. Worked it to City Peck. And City Peck's shot is on target until that deflection. So, yeah.
I think that goes in. I think that creeps into bottom corner if that goes in. Well, if it's not deflected, sorry.
He's certainly going to work the keeper. Definitely. It's heading that way. And Burrow's about to take the corner. So Burrow's going to whip in an outswinging ball from the left-hand side, the south stand side. And looks like we've got on the end of that, but Solbrin will ultimately collect it, and he'll clear the ball very quickly forward, looking for Morgan Whittaker, who...
Well done, Tanganga.
...was met by Femi Sariki, who does...
Femi? Wow.
Oh, no, it was Sariki.
No, Femi.
Yeah.
He's done very well there. Yeah, that pace will just help him. It'll just help him keep up with the counters, and it's probably best to have someone like him on the edge, on the halfway line.
Showing great pace to get across there. Away from the door. Good to see you back, mate. Steve Marsden. Ilu, nice to see our boy Bamford in the team. Yes, Deborah, really just delighted to see. Oh, and it's a header.
Good save.
Good save from Michael Cooper. Collects it in as well, and then looks for the quick getaway. They're both trying to play really quickly, aren't they, mate? They're getting the ball away quick when they get it back. Even the goalkeepers.
Yeah, it's a really high-press game as well. Both teams are just trying to go 100 mile an hour and just get on to everyone winning the ball. I'll tell you what, they've picked a good game, Sky, and it's really going for it with both teams.
Yeah, I thought it would be like this, and as Deborah said, it's good to see Bamford back in the team. Absolutely, massive lift for everyone seeing him back in the side. Good day, Jamie from Dave Morwood. Is that a snake or a worm on there? It's got to be a snake, hasn't it?
You've probably got a better view than me. I've got a really small view of us two.
I think he's put a snake on there. Good day, Jamie. Foster's at the ready. Yeah, he'll have a can of Foster's and some shrimp on the barbie, won't he, at the moment? It's probably a bit early for that, though, to be fair. Evening all from Nigel. Evening, mate. Come on, you red and white winner. There's Jordan. Callum O'Hare bringing the ball forward.
Let me just see if we can find my hat. May as well with it being on stream.
And Sariki back to
from home. I brought, I need to figure out which way round this is. It's got a lot of dog hair on it. Jesus. I brought a little Australian hat.
Oh, you've got to wear that for the rest of the stream now. Like
do I have to?
You look the partner as Bamford plays the ball towards Brooks, and he does really well to keep that in. But Middlesbrough just about bring it away. Brooks did really well to keep the ball in there. Middlesbrough trying to shepherd the ball out, and he just wrapped his leg around to keep it in. Middlesbrough struggling to play out. Yes, Sariki's got it back. That's a good look, mate. That's the one. Jamie, Crocodile Dundee mode. And here's Sariki, works his way into the box, back to Brooks.
Good save.
Brooks
Barbados
again.
keeping it alive.
Middlesbrough really struggling at the moment to get out of their penalty area. Great
It's
press.
that high press. You've seen it before where United just on that high press, just a different breed. I don't know why we don't do it more often. I know it's taxing on the players, but we're just so effective when it comes to it. It's 2-on-2 here, but players, just no one coming in for Middlesbrough apart from the odd body. Save for Michael Cooper, just a darting ball in from Conway, headed on by Whittaker, but it's an easy save for him in the end, and we play out again quite quickly.
And that's the one risk of playing that way as well. When it's the one risk of playing that way when you're pressing high like that, you can get caught on the break, and it's happened once or twice in this game. But risk and reward, that's the thing. And I think the best form of defence is attack, play on the front foot, let the opposition worry about you, especially at home. But Harry says, evening lads, going to be a great game this at work, so thank you for doing the watch along. You're very welcome, mate. I reckon we'll win 2-1 tonight. That's the score I went for, Harry. That's the score I had in my head. Bamford to score and Brooks to get another. Hope you're right, Harry. And Jimmy Ramble with "Come on, you Blades." He'll be sat in. He sits in John Street, doesn't he, Jimmy? With
Middle of row.
They'll be braving the February cold at the moment up in Sheffield. And
I just want to put a shout out, by the way, to Isaac in the Team Ramble group chat, one of the ones below Platinum chat, but still got a decent amount of people on it. He's helped me out massively getting being sports set up. I didn't know much, but he's done me a massive favour trying to get this up. So shout out Isaac, thank you very much, pal.
Oh, that's great, mate. And you've reminded me actually to do, well, it's not so much a shout out, but just a comment on a lady that the Sheffield United fans.
Oh, hang on, mate. Ooh, just wide here.
Whittaker with an effort from the right-hand side of Sheffield United's box, Borough's left, just firing one across the face of the goal. But Michael Cooper seemed to have it covered and it goes safely wide in the end. But just to say, I saw something online before the game, that applause to be held for a lady called Helen Hancock in the 58th minute, I believe, of this game. It was a lifelong Blade and worked for the club for a number of years. I think it said 30 years, worked in the South Stand. So RIP Helen, and Godspeed. And the Blades are planning to make a nice tribute to you tonight, which is fantastic. We need to remember all of our supporters. There's a lot of people that have been going down to Bramall Lane for a long time, and yeah, I'm sure she'll be missed. And now Burrows brings the ball forward.
Poor.
Yeah, poor cross from him there, and it goes out of play. And Jimmy Paddy says, so not Gary Neville. I don't know what he's referring to there, in all honesty. Nice to see you, Jamie, from Deborah. The Down Under Dumpling. Did he eat dumplings in Australia? I don't know.
I saw some in Aldi, so I'm guessing so. They looked a bit off, but yeah, seemingly they do.
Dumplings down under, eh? Who'd have thought it? Dumpling, glad to see you, mate. Hope you settling in, throw another shrimp on the barbecue. Gaz, the man in black, says, evening, gents. Hope the flight wasn't too bad, Jamie. Come on, you Blades. Middlesbrough now with a ball in Sheffield United's box. Whittaker trying to work a shot away.
Well, in Burrows.
Well, yeah, Burrows does well there. And
I think that's Alan Brown with the tackle there. It's a very good tackle from him.
Very competitive game this, and Borough having just a little spell now as well. It's going to be nip and tuck this game for sure. Blades Forever says, "Come on, lads." Sheila's Wheels says, "Good to see you, Jamie. Is it starting to warm up yet? Sorry. Whereabouts are you based at the moment? So you're starting in Brisbane, aren't you? If I'm not mistaken, is that right?"
Yeah, I'm at my cousins at the minute, so just staying there for a few days. So that'll be going off from there. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go. I'm trying to get to either an Aussie Rules football game or to an A-League game. But yeah, it'll be. I think next one is probably around the 28th that I can get to. But yeah, they look to be decent games. Not great quality, but still a decent watch. I'm taking this off. My head's warming up. Yeah.
It's competitive over there. I know that, and one or two players have gone out there to play. Obviously, we had Nick Montgomery from Sheffield United. Charlie Austin went over there at one point, didn't he? I remember him playing over in the A-League. So they've got some famous ex-players of the Premier League and the Championship over there. And you look like you're relieved to take that hat off. It looks like it was squeezing your head for a moment there.
It's just a bit small and it's quite hot in this. Well, I've got AC on. That's a godsaving it. But yeah, it's just quite hot wearing it.
What's the temperature out at the moment?
Oh, Jesus. Conway.
Tommy Conway. So the Blades trail 1-0. And I have to say, Jamie, there was a sign that it was coming. They were having a little spell for 2 or 3 minutes there. And
yeah, you can say that about either side. But yeah, it's poor defending. I think the issue is both Bindon and Tanganga, they keep lunging, which you want them to do, but it's just leaving us completely exposed. Where I think because we've not got that out-and-out defensive midfielder, because Peck and Arblaster are both box-to-boxes, it's just really leaving us a bit fragile behind it. I mean, you see it now, where Femi Sariki is just left on his own with one man, and even if that takes a bit of a deflection, I think you got Morgan Whittaker potentially just running in behind, where he's probably most likely to just nip it in. But yeah, 1-0 Middlesbrough, poor defending. I think you might want to update that score banner as well.
Yes, thank you, mate. And they've worked us around there, because Bindon sort of came towards the man to try and go and engage, and then Tanganga came across, and it's just caught United out of position, as you say. Femi Sariki's then the last man looking to try and make a late attempt to try and block that shot, but Tommy Conway's got enough to slot it into the corner. So Sheffield United trail, and now in the 20th minute of the game. So a lot of time left to turn this around. But yeah, disappointing given that spell United had earlier and how well they started the game. But we find ourselves now having to come from behind in this one. So I will just get this banner changed. I will also update it with the scorer.
But it just goes back to what we were saying about that midfield frailty. There's just not as much protection as you like. It's good for going forward because they can easily have a pot from the edge. But again, that's someone where someone like Calvin Phillips or Rothwell might drop in a bit deeper and just protect the line. Maybe not Rothwell so much because he is more someone you give to just have a bit of a ping. But Phillips especially. Just poor it again from United. You go through so many bodies and it's just narrowly missed by Conway. The defender is really not looking good.
Yeah, ball came in too easily, but Harrison Burrows has got to get a little bit tighter there and go and engage the man on the right-hand side there, number 2, which I think is Callum Britton. Plays the ball across, and Conway gets something on the end of that, just can't quite guide it towards goal. But yeah, really showing some threatening signs again there. We just need to tighten up a little bit. I think we need to be a little bit more competitive in that middle as well, Jamie. We're letting them through the middle a little bit too easy at times, and maybe it points to the fact that Arblaster and Peck as a pairing maybe isn't the best pairing. They're both excellent players, as we know, but at the moment they're not winning that battle in the middle, and Middlesbrough coming through a little bit too easily, especially on transitions. But I'll just dive back into the comments somewhere. I've got to find where I was now. Dave Morwood, there I was. Yeah, got the Brazil 1970 shirt, Lewis, plus the R9 World Cup winners shirt. Great quality and great price also. David giving us a bit of a plug for OK Jersey there. Thank you, mate. And I'll be going on to check those Brazil shirts out because they're classics. It's Gus Hamer. Harmer. I always say Hamer, but some people say Harmer. He knocked it into the middle and long raking ball forward. Yeah, it's poor. Straight out of play for Middlesbrough. Goal kick. I think it might have been Burrows that played that ball forward. Bisto Brett, our mate, says, Jamie has let me down. Where's the Crocodile Dundee hat? Oh, this was obviously made before you put your hat on. So, yeah, he fulfilled the promise in the end, Brett. Could have at least turned him upside down with your experience, Lewis. I was expecting him to be upside down when he joined, Brett, to be fair. 3-1 Blades today. Could still happen. We're only a goal behind. Should be an attack-minded game, City to run the show. I hope it transpires that way, mate. But at the moment, we are behind and looking for a way back into the game. In the ground course from James. Ian says, I'm going to miss half the match checking there's no spiders behind you, Jamie. Yeah, don't start making him paranoid. He'll knock his camera, his device over, and and we'll lose track of where we are. I'm glad that he stuck with the same midfield. It throws it down to the players to dislodge them. Yeah, I think so, Rich. It as the ball's played back towards Cooper there, and he rolls it out to Bindon. I took it the same way in playing our blaster, that he's kind of laying down the gauntlet and saying, okay, you keep your place now because there's some serious competition that's come into the club. Batman Lou and Dingo Dumpling. There we go. Jimmy's obviously bored at Bramall Lane. We've not had an attack in about 5 minutes, so he thought he'd take a break and come in and comment. But Morgan Whittaker knocking the ball inside, and Callum O'Hare just trying to win that back in the middle. I don't feel like we're winning that battle in the middle of the park at the minute, Jamie, on breakdowns and like little 50-50s. Middlesbrough just keep nicking the ball away. Played through the middle to O'Hare now, but Ayling intercepts it, brings the ball forward.
I think the issue we got with that midfield is Hayden Hackney is one of the best up-and-coming midfielders behind Arblaster and Sidipeck, obviously. But I think just because you've got that combination with Morris, who's a very good player, I think they probably just got a slightly better combination with them two rather than Arblaster and Peck. Again, they're just two similar players. You need a number 6 and a number 8 rather than 2 8s, and it's leaving us way too fragile, especially with how good Middlesbrough are going forward. You can just see Peck for a laugh, just completely flattening Hayden Hackney. No idea why, just for fun, probably.
Yeah, maybe trying to just leave a little bit on him there, let him know he's there, trying to slow Middlesbrough down a little bit. But looks like they're going to get a free kick. And I just want to have another look at how far out this is. Because they do have a few set-piece goals this season. Middlesbrough, I was looking earlier, I think they've got nearly half a dozen goals from set plays. But this one's quite far out. They must be a good 40-something yards out there. Whittaker is going to knock the ball forward. Header at the back post into the middle, but Bindon clears it.
He's done well, Bamford there, just to clear it out, and he's won a foul.
He's won a free kick over on in our defensive third over on our left-hand side. Yeah, he's done really well there. He's taken a touch and then gone over Hayden Hackney, drawn a foul. So
it's definitely not a foul.
No, he's just knocked the ball forward and then run into Hackney, basically, hasn't he? Using his experience.
It's gone the other way now for a foul. I think that's probably fair with the last one we got.
Helen says, while I've just been talking to Sky Sports, sounded like Rothwell and Phillips will make an appearance tonight. I am behind in the comments. Oh, no, we're not. And come on, we Bladesmen, super Bladesmen. Who is on our bench? I'm surprised at Bamford starting. Cheeky Wilder, but thought Blaster would be rested for one of the new signings. Yeah, as I say, I thought the same. But no, giving the nod to Blaster tonight in the hope that he's going to rise to the occasion and keep his place. I have to say, he's not had the best start to this game. Blaster has lost the ball once or twice. We just need to be a little bit more competitive, a bit more robust in that middle of the park.
You can just see it now as they were panning over with the Middlesbrough transitioning. Just a massive gaping hole for that number 6 just to be there. If one of his centre arms goes up to get onto man with the ball, just leaving a huge gaping hole and just no protection there from either centre mids at the minute.
No, and as a result, the ball keeps coming back our way, and then Bamford and O'Hare aren't getting any service up there. So it looks like Middlesbrough restart playing now, just playing the ball along there, back 4. United getting into that good pressing shape again, really trying to squeeze Middlesbrough as they try and play out from the back. And Burrows just getting a touch there and behind Whittaker. That's gone out for off Sidipeck. It looked like it'd gone off Sidipeck out for a Middlesbrough throw, but we've been given the throw in.
He's done very well there, Peck.
Alaskan Blades back in the comments. Hello, everyone. Nice to see Bamford starting. I'm confident we can get something here. I hope so, Alaskan Blade. It's not started.
Oh, it's poor from Cooper.
Hackney getting the ball back there. Now with Sariki. Down the line to Brooks, who surely
This team does give you heart palpitations.
Oh, Brooks does really well there. Unlucky, he's playing against 3 men.
They know that right-hand side is crucial for us. That Brooks and Sariki link-up, it's unbelievable how well it's worked all season. Seems like they are just doubling up on both of them pretty much, depending on which players further forward. And you can't blame him either. It's so lethal. He's leaving a bit of a gaping hole for him and Burrows, but you can see that they're not being as effective at the minute somehow.
The ball not forward there. Middlesbrough now going to bring it back into our defensive third. It's out to, looks like Conway. He's going to lay that back to, I think it was Hackney taking aim.
Oh my God, I thought that went in then.
Not far wide. There's some very unkind Sheffield Wednesday fans in the comments, or I've seen 1 or 2 at least, Jamie, making some little remarks. I mean, they must just be so bored at the minute with how terrible their season is. They've got nothing to watch, have they? So they come over to our streams to
I know
United. They've come to watch, they've come to see some commentary and, have some chat about a proper football team. So we're not going to read them out anyway. Especially don't do that.
It's going to be looking like he's a little bastard, the best player they've ever had, relegating them. Or United at Bramall Lane, he's the ones who, they're having a great time. Them little piglets, aren't they?
We look forward to their visit on the 22nd of February. I'm rubbing my hands. I don't know about you.
Oh, I'm getting ready for a cricket score. It's going to be great.
All right, guys, let's get 3 points tonight and hope Phillips gets some goals up the Blades, up the RB?
Ramble Blades?
Ramble Blades. Blades Ramble, probably, is what they meant. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Kelly. Really appreciate that. Gatekeeper. Calvin Phillips just said Pat Bamford was in touch with him 2 months before the window, asking if he was interested.
Ball in. It's just wide. It's unlucky that beats it really well. It's a great running behind from Bamford there. I'm not sure who played it in, but he's on it like absolutely out of nowhere.
Yeah, Gus just picking up there. Gus dropping a little bit deeper again there, just looking to play a little dive over the top. Yeah, Bamford's onside. It looked like he was to me. Oh, that was close.
Good defending.
He brings the ball down really well as well. It's a lovely touch. And then on the half volley, he's close there. He's very close to turning that inside the near post.
Yeah, I think keeper saves it, but he'll get at least a corner out of it at a minimum because he still have to work hard for it if it just sneaks into that bottom corner potentially. But again, good signs for United. It looks like Middlesbrough do probably want the majority of the ball here, but I guess we're just going to have to work off the ball a lot harder than they are on it.
And Jordan replying to our Wednesday fan in the chat. Enjoy League One, Archie. They'll enjoy it if they've got some players, Jordan. They've got to do that first. They've actually got to assemble a team first so they can play in any competition.
Have you seen Jan Valerie's now gone on loan and all? They've got no one.
It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? What an absolute ridiculous situation they've got themselves into.
Did he peck here?
And Gus is going to shoot. Oh, what a save from Solbrin. Fantastic save from Solbrin in the Middlesbrough goal there. And Gus lets fly on his right foot in that position that we know he can be so dangerous from. Just inside and on the edge of the penalty area, wrapping his foot round that. It's a great save.
I don't think he could have actually hit that any better. It's a great save from Bryn there. He's a good player, but that is top quality, that save. And it's hard to get down to as well. It's just an awkward angle as well, where he's just managed to get down quickly enough and just power it away.
United not going quietly here, and there's a little bit of argy-bargy in the penalty area. Gus having a little bit of needle with. Looks like Alan Brown. They've shaken hands now. They're going to get on with it. Now this is where United can be ever so dangerous at times on attacking corners. And we've got Tanganga in there, we've got Bindon in there, we've got players that we know have scored this season from these situations. We could really do with one now. We're coming up to now in the 33rd minute of the game. And there's some sort of delay here. Looks like Gus is going to go across and take it. Most goals from corners this season in the Championship, Sheffield United. So it's showing that graphic at the minute, 12 goals from corners, which is a great stat, especially given where we've been in the league for most of the season.
It's one of the things where we're really good at attacking them. We just cannot keep them out of his own net half the time. Taking it by Gus, just beat. I think Melanda may have gone to it. Yeah, he has a good player as well.
Good defending from Melanda. Darren says, I think the results over the weekend gave us a bit of breathing space. Let's get a positive result tonight and send the ball down. Yeah, there's a chance it's going to happen, Darren. There is a chance. I think they could get relegated next weekend, though, as well, depending on how.
By a little buzzer.
Yeah, by a little buzzer, which would be the second best thing, I think, apart from us doing it. Gus is about to outswinging corner in from the right-hand side, John Street side. And he floats one in towards the back stick. It's headed by Tanganga and
foul.
Referee's given a foul. Yeah, so there's going to be a free kick. Looks like somewhere on the edge of Middlesbrough's box. Graham says, "Come on, Blades, 3 points, be brilliant." Welcome back, Stephen. Says Davey, "Come on, Batman and down under Dumpling. What's the score predictions?" Well, I went for 2-1. Did you give a score prediction, Jamie?
I did, but I had 1-1 in my head pre-match. So it's still on, and I take a point out of these. We need 3, but I think against second in the league, it's a good point. You say that, but you compare it to Ipswich. Middlesbrough just looks so much better than Ipswich, and there's not a crucial reason why, but must have done a bit better homework because they're just matching us on the way we're playing.
And Morgan Whittaker now with the ball on Middlesbrough's right, playing it inside. Lovely little ball in towards, I think that's Alan Brown. Hackney with the ball into the box. United just about get it away. They do look very dangerous, Middlesbrough. I have to say that there have been some people that we know have said to me, I don't think Middlesbrough have been that good. They haven't impressed me this season, despite their league position. I think they're a decent side, Middlesbrough, and I think they've been in those automatic places for a reason this season. We're seeing here how well they can knit things together at the top of the pitch. Some really good play.
That's poor from Cooper, that just clear it out. But they look like they have gotten better since Rob Edwards left, which weren't even in their control, but it's worked out for them brilliantly. Rob Edwards is probably, looking like he potentially is going to be in the league below them next season, which is a bit stupid from him. I've got some stats here from you, nicked off FotMob just as we're preparing for the corner. United scored 7 in the last 5, haven't kept a clean sheet in 9 games. United and Middlesbrough haven't drawn against each other in the last 4 matches. Whipped in here from Morgan Whittaker. Easily cut him by Cooper. Middlesbrough side, they've scored 11 in the last 5. They're ranked 3rd away from home this season. Matt Target's has created the most big chances from Middlesbrough this season.
Yeah, he's a player I really like. I thought he was very astute signing by them. Conway brings the ball forward on the right. He's got no one with him.
Well done, City Peck. Paul from ball as they're just trying to play out from the back.
City Peck comes across. I feel like we need half-time already, Jamie, to be honest with you. I don't think we've got a grip of this game at the moment, and I would think about making changes in the middle of the park. I'm not typically one for making half-time changes. I like to resist it where possible, but I just think they're coming through the middle too easily, and then when they get into those wide pockets where we're trying to kind of squeeze defensively, they're just finding too much space to put a cross in or to run into the box.
The only issue is with that, Wilder seems to never, ever make half-time changes. He'd always rather wait, give it 5 or 10 more minutes, just see how they get on after his half-time team talk, which is fair enough, but sometimes you have to do it.
And Sheffield United just clearing now a corner and over Hackney on the right. Middlesbrough just looking to try and build again. They play it back halfway to Melanda. O'Hare closing down.
I mean, you can see why these are second in the league, or as it stands, top of the league. That just the way they're playing is just so good. And fair play to Middlesbrough have always been in and around that top 6 the last few years, but they're really kicking on this year. And fair play to them. That's not a foul on Brooks there.
He's certainly appealing for one, and he looks in disbelief at that. Darren says, "Good day, lads. You look a lot better after that straight through flight than I usually do, Jamie." Like I said, Darren, young and resilient. I do have 4 more hours to go, though, when I fly back, plus probably 30 years of age recovery. Yeah, I suffer from that as well nowadays, Darren. I remember being Jamie's age. I could recover from anything pretty quickly. At 40, it's not so easy. And Lucas says, up the Ramble. Asking Blade says, pressing is looking energetic. Gus is feeling it. Yeah, Gus has done all right tonight. I think he's played a couple of nice diagonal balls forward. He's worked quite hard. Probably needs a little bit more help from the players in the middle of the pitch, though. And
he's one of the few players that's been poor a lot of the season, but he's just picked up that form. Players like Michael Cooper, for example. Burrows even just looking like the old selves, not as much as they were, but again, Michael Cooper, he looked injured for a lot of the season. He just seems to have sorted that out, whatever it were, they were just niggling him.
Matev says, first time watching your live stream, really enjoying it. Thank you, mate. Let's hope I feel the same after 90 minutes up the Blades. We are wide open in the middle, says Papa Blade. I agree, mate. I think that's where the main problem is. Peck and Nolly completely overrun. Yeah, absolutely, mate. And I've just seen once or twice there, once a moment ago, actually, where Arblaster just wasn't anywhere near to engaging the man. I think he's really struggling still at the moment. And I think maybe we're just asking a bit too much of him after the time he's had, out of the team and not being able to train and then not being able to play. I think he needs some help, and at least we've recruited in that part of the pitch. But I'd think about making a change at half time, and he'd probably be the one, to be honest. Come on, United, says Chris Holly. Dumpling Dundee, says Alaskan Blade. This is some match, says Gaz. Yeah, I think Gaz is probably commenting on when it was a bit end to end at the beginning, so still a little bit behind. But Papa Blade, we are playing the best midfield in the league tonight. That's subjective, but they're certainly a strong side throughout, and they've definitely got some good players in the middle. Middlesbrough. Come on, United, says Romeo. So open, this could be 2-2 already. Yeah, there've been chances at both ends, to be fair, Gaz, you're right. Struth, 2-1 still on right, so we've caught up to the goal, so I'm getting there. Cooper needs to get down to them. As Wilder done well this season, says Jimmy Paddy. Yeah, I think he has, mate. I think he had a very difficult job to do when he came back. He was left with a squad in a right mess, really, and confidence shot. And I think he's done an excellent job. I don't know what you think, Jamie, but
I will tell you, it's just a ball in here from it's missed quite easily. Cleared by Femi. I think no one really understood, even United fans, and Wilder said himself, how difficult a job this was. Just the squad from the forward. Say, Sellers were only in for 5 games as well. It's completely. I don't understand how he's devolved this so much. Where we got beaten 5-0 by Ipswich, and then we played them with Wilder, beating 3-1, 2-1. Where it just shows how much of a drop off the players took. You had Conway in here, link up play, just shot and it's deflected. Morgan Whittaker just on the out. Callum Britton.
Fishing for a pen. Fishing for a pen. He's running to Burrows and thrown himself over.
But yeah, the job he's done has been brilliant. If he gets playoffs, not even part where we win playoffs, just if he gets it, it'll be an unbelievable job. And it's nothing to scratch there how much he's done. It's a good save by Michael Cooper.
He's drawn into a save. Morgan Whittaker driving forward on the edge of the area. We need half time here, mate. We need half time because Middlesbrough are still coming forward. We need to get to half time. We need to make a change in the middle of the park. It has not worked, and Middlesbrough have got a hold in this now.
Did you completely overwhelming us? And to be fair, I tell you about what I said about it, Dive. No, it's not a foul either. It's just he ran into Burrows, and there's nothing Burrows can do there really.
Well, Burrows does the right thing. He stands up. He doesn't stick a leg out. He just takes the contact and shows the referee, look, I'm not engaging him.
Corner taken by Hackney, out for a goal kick. Poor header from Luke Ayling.
Good day from Brisbane. Wide open game, this one. Can't help thinking Cooper should be stopping that.
It's a difficult shot, and to be fair, he's made up for it for some of the saves, like the one he just did then, where he's probably made up for. If you're saying he should have got to that, well, the past few he's made good saves on. Again, it's poor defending, in fairness to Michael Cooper. I'll always try and defend him because I know he gets quite a lot of stick, which does seem a bit more than most goalkeepers for the level. I know he's got high standards, but it just does seem ridiculous to what people seem to expect of him. I know last season he was brilliant, but again, you had the brilliant defensive. Harry Sutton and Nell in front of him, where he just got absolutely murdered with Jack Robinson at one point, next to Mark McGuinness, probably, or whoever it were at the start of the season. It was just a horrible defence. You just know that it was so frail.
Well, there's very little forgiveness for goalkeepers, I find. Whereas outfield players, like with Arblaster, for instance, there's a lot of sympathy, and rightly so, for the fact that he's been out for a long time and it's going to take him a while to get back to his best. We've got to give him time, and maybe we're asking too much of him. Not just me, a lot of people have said that. With Cooper or any goalkeeper, let one through their hands, or a quick low effort from close range goes underneath them, and all of a sudden everything's their fault. And it's a tough position to play in goalkeeper. It was the one position I could not play at all as a player, Jamie. I was a terrible goalkeeper. So I quite respect the craft of being a goalkeeper, because I thought it was quite hard. And I think you've got to be quite talented to play there, in all honesty. So they'll never get too much criticism from me, unless they're Lee Baxter, of course. Papa Blade.
Before my time.
Yeah, wide open every attack. They've had 4 clear-cut chances already. Wilder needs to change before too late. Yeah, I could see a change coming at half-time. Papa Blade, I'd be a bit surprised if not. Storm said, you need the Yorkshire Pirlo on. Will run the middle on his own. I'd be tempted. I don't know. He's not played a lot of football. That's the only thing. But if we could get a good 45 out of him, I would be sorely tempted.
And, struggling there again. Arblaster to keep up. It's in the post.
2-0. 2-0. We needed to get to half time. I said it. Oh dear.
That's really poor that.
We've got a mountain to climb now against a decent side, and they proved that in the first half. And
it's disappointing. It's just, again, that midfield, Arblaster especially. I love Arblaster, but he's so struggling just to keep up with everything. You can tell he's not ready yet. He needs time. And it's just complete overwhelming for United. I think it hit the post, and they just, the quickest man's gone in, and they're just showing it replay. Yeah, I think, I can't see who's played it in here. I think it might be Aidan Hackney. He's beaten Arblaster. Must have hit from outside the box.
Yeah, it's back off the post from Hackney's effort. Hackney takes aim from about 20 yards out, comes back off the post. Riley McGree heads home. The rebound. Cooper's got no chance with it.
No.
Yeah.
I'd love to see people say that's Michael Cooper's fault at this point, to be fair. Oh, it's McGree, sorry, not Conway. It's not. It's a good header, though.
Losing his feet as well just before that, just going to ground. It probably gave Middlesbrough the chance to get that shot away in the first instance. I think we definitely need to make a change in the middle of the park at half time. If we don't, I would be very, very surprised. And I'd be surprised to see Ollie Arblaster come back out for the second half. Just the lad just needs more time. He's taking out the team. It's a lot to ask, and putting him in the middle here against a team that's been running over the top of everyone they've played almost. And
they're going again here.
Sariki manages to intercept and put it out for a corner. High intensity died off after goal, leaving loads of space for Borough to exploit. Now second best. Burrows is our weakest link in this team by a country mile, where attacks are coming down that side every time. I think that's a bit unfair, Rev, to be honest with you tonight. Burrows hasn't been at his best this season, certainly, and there's once or twice where he could have got a little bit closer and stopped across first half, but I think at times he's defended fairly well as well. He's not the one that I would pick out as necessarily having a poor performance tonight.
I think what you got to realise with Burrows is he's not going to get much protection from him. Unlike Sariki, he'll always get that midfield tracking back from Andrew Brooks, but Gus just won't do it. And Gus can give us that attacking option, which is why I can get away with it, but it leaves Burrows a bit frail, and it's unfair to pick him out, as you said.
Andy Blade says it's got to be Crocodile Dump D. Daryl Barker says it's okay bringing in these midfielders, but what if they're not match fit? Well, that's the thing, Daryl. And take your point on that. It was something I wondered about, particularly with Calvin Phillips coming in. But I suppose if they were match fit and they were playing every week, they wouldn't be signing for us, would they? So there's a reason why they're available, and we've got to get them up to speed as quick as we can. So United.
You forget as well, we've got Samari and Matos on the boat. Samari's on loan, and he's not even going to get sniffed near the side with them midfielders coming in. One Shiro is back fit and firing. because Arblas still come out. Davison's then going to come in if he's fit. It's half time now, by the way, gone in with 2-0 Middlesbrough. In fact, you need to update the score thing on the bottom, pal. But yeah, it just shows that the level of this midfield competition, and it's really going to be kick up the backside for Arblas and Peck more, especially Arblas to just saying, look, pressure's on you guys. Show me what you got. And I think Peck, we can do that number 8 role to a T, but it's just Arblas is struggling with that duo where they just can't keep up with each other, where they're doing the double pivot.
Yeah, and it's cost us in that first half. And thank you for reminding me again, Jamie, to be a bit more professional. And I've put the score up now, so we've got. Unfortunately, I think there was a bit of denial there. I didn't want to put it up. 2-0 to Middlesbrough. And I've got to say they're deserving of that 2-0 at half time. I think they've been by far the better side, and certainly worth a 2-goal lead. Sell Cooper now. Oh, come on, I don't think maybe you could argue he could get something behind the first one. It's from close range. I'm not going to dig him out over that. The second one, he's got absolutely no chance with it. Comes back off the post. He's committed. He's gone to ground, and McGree's in the right place at the right time. So no, I'm sorry, I can't go along with that. No surprise that there should be 4 up. Too late now, says Papa Blade. No midfield, says Alan. Matt says, in fairness, Blaster slips and there's a deflection. We take chances and we're at least level. Very poor, says Connor. Alistair says, no hate to Blaster at all, but he's completely out of his depth in the middle here. Needs a rest. I think he needed to be brought back in slower. Alistair, I don't think he was fast-tracked back into the team. And it's a lot of pressure to put on his shoulders in a season where we haven't been doing that well until recently. A lot of responsibility. So, yeah, I think he possibly wasn't the best choice in the middle of the park tonight. But I understand the reason for picking him. Go out there and try and keep your shirt. Put some competition behind him to motivate him. Cooper's kicking awful, says Alan. Jamie says bloody needed half time at one. Game's over with. Well, no, let's not give up yet, Jamie. There's another 45 minutes of football to play yet, and I've seen crazier things happen than teams turning around a 2-goal deficit. So let's not give up hope. He does need to make some changes, though, and have a word in their ear at half time. Very surprised.
It's got a bit of an issue, pal. Potentially, basically, even though my iPad's on charge, it seems to not be going up in battery. In fact, it's going down. So potentially I do drop off at one point, but I'll try and sort that out if I do drop off.
Okay, mate. Well, no worries. Just do what you can. You're at the other side of the world, so I know if you were at home it'd be a little bit easier. Should be 4 or 5, says the Wednesday fan in the comments. I'm not sure I'd go with that. It possibly could be 3-2 to Middlesbrough, but certainly I think Middlesbrough are worthy of a 2-goal lead at half time. I have to admit that. Men versus boys, first half. I like Championship anyway. Paul says, only say it's Cooper's fault or he should have done better when he should have done better. Not every goal is his fault. Just because we mentioned something doesn't mean we blame him for everything. Yeah, I agree, Paul. Not every goal is his fault. He has been at fault for 1 or 2 this season. But I think some of the criticism that's thrown at him is extremely harsh, especially early on in the season when we weren't playing very well at all and there wasn't much protection in front of him. Darren says that every time my dad watches on telly we lose, I'll ring him at half time and I'll tell him to put Netflix on. It's a superstitious blade there, Darren. I've got some superstitions myself, Darren. So yeah, don't blame me for that. Leeds fan here. Shane Bamford couldn't convert that chance. Keep giving him service. Yeah, it felt like the game could have turned a little bit when Bamford had that chance that he just sort of skewed wide of the near post, very close. Cooper's fault. Second goal is bald. I don't know how can anyone say that the second goal was Cooper's fault. I mean, I respect your opinion, David. What's he meant to
already gone to ground for the first save. It may have hit the post, but I'm sorry, it's not going to be like a bloody spider and just leap up off the ground. The man is literally, he's gone in, dove up ground, and then he's got to try and get back up, and not only get up, then go and tip it for a header that's nowhere near him, even if he gets up. I'm sorry, if he saves that, he will not be with us next season, put it that way.
Well, look, we've got to say that Michael Cooper, much like any other goalkeeper, has got one body, and he is not scalable. So unless he's got someone that can duplicate for him, or we've got a clone that can somehow sort of merge away from his body during play, I don't know how he saves that, to be honest,
I mean,
guys. So,
they've already had 8. Sorry, mate. Go on.
No, go for it, mate. You go.
I was going to say they've already had 8 shots on target, and a lot of them have been quite difficult. Where they've been sneaking to corners, done well to get down for them. So you can't expect him to save all 8 when you've got a really fragile defence, and there's just no protection on it. Where I just don't. I can understand people saying it's disappointing to concede them, but like someone in one of the group chats for Ramble, you put Michael Cooper is rubbish. He's not. He's struggling with that defence. There's nothing from him. And whilst we're trying to get bodies forward to help the attack, it's just leaving us wide open where you can't expect him to save everything. And again, the first one you can save it this way. The second one, he's got no chance. You try and do that at his level, you've got no chance of saving it. You can't even get some of the best in the world to save them type of goals.
Well, Michael Cooper's there to make saves. He's not there to make 7, 8 saves a game. So in this first half, when Middlesbrough have had multiple chances to score, they are going to put a couple of them in the net, unfortunately, especially when they're scoring goals like they have been this season. I think it's a lot to expect. I mean, I'm just watching the second goal back again. I'm sorry, I don't know what else he can do. He dives, he commits to try and save the first effort from Hackney, which unfortunately comes off the post, straight into the path of McGree. And he can't miss. I mean, Cooper's just, unless he's some sort of Marvel superhero, he's not going to jump off the ground that quickly and get in front of that. So no, I'm not having that. But Pro Brad says get Peck and Arblaster and Burrows off, all outclassed tonight. Yeah,
Can't take Peck off.
I don't think Peck and Burrows, but certainly Arblaster struggled tonight, and I wouldn't be looking to make wholesale changes at half time. It just needs some adjustment, certainly in the middle of the park, and a word in their ear. Hopefully, there's a chance we can try and get something out of this game. Good start, but getting overwhelmed now, says Hutch. John says, big test tonight. If the Blades are on it at Bramall Lane, they can take points off anyone in the league. We can come back with some changes at half time. That's the spirit, John. That's what we want. Up the Blades. And Steele says, I thought Peck was going to ruin everyone tonight. Oh, we're all hoping for. Unfortunately, they're playing you lot off the park. Yeah, certainly as the first half wore on, they took control of it. Scott, I thought Sheffield United had a decent spell early in the game, but yeah, Middlesbrough have taken control of it for sure. Dave Morwood said half time. In my opinion, we're being overwhelmed in midfield. This is where we miss Gyro. Yeah, I tend to agree, mate. Tend to agree. And Alessandro says, it's been great. Championship, I think we are edging large parts of that half. Their goal unlocked another layer of confidence. Had we gone 1-0 up, could be another story.
It's just showing it now where you've got Whitaker cutting in and just trying to sneak into that bottom corner. It's a good save. As well, you got to bear in mind for that first goal, he's blindsided by Femi, where Femi's just completely blocked Jeju near enough. And yeah, that second one, he's got no chance. Just showing it back. It's so fast paced. I'd love to see people try and get the best in the world to even save them, because you've got no chance. You've already committed one way, and he's completely facing the wrong way because he's gone to roll over, try and make it a bit of a softer landing, which I can't blame him on either. Where he's now rolled over, he's not even looking the right way. It's understandable he's not going to save them because he's gone to fully commit one way and he's just completely been blindsided.
Mogaman said, got what we deserved for fielding Blaster. Blaster has been poor the last 2 games, says Andrew. Yet we get people keep saying, give him a chance. And it says, Burrows, Peck and Blaster off. We are being overrun down the left side and through the middle. Peck not the same without Gyro. Blaster, Peck need someone with them to move them around the pitch. Gazza says, champions-elect Borough. Bamford should have buried that shot. Fingers crossed we get an early goal second half. Yeah, we certainly need one. Mental picking Blaster tonight, says Mogaman. Jack, hello, mate. Can't defend Cooper. His clearance put us right in danger. Yeah, maybe, Jack, but we've got to deal with it when it breaks down. Then, haven't we? That's where you need your teammates when you make mistakes like that. Chris says it's the hope that kills you, but I think we'll win or draw. Come on, Blades. Liam says changes needed. Let's see what Wilder's made of. Midfield getting run through like a laxative. Silly decision to pick Blaster, says Jack. Cutting us open and struggling to deal with Hackney. Mr. V. Hello, Mr. V. Hello, mate. Hi, Lewis and Jamie Dumpling down under. Well, we've come up against a really good team in great form and deserve to be in first place overall. The chat room is going mental, as per usual. I'm staying away. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this tonight, Mr. V, because it does get a little bit crazy in there, especially when we're losing a game. And look, people are passionate, aren't they? And they want us to win every single game. But on match days, I tend to only dip my toes in the plat chat if we are 2 or 3-0 up, and everyone's a bit more relaxed, if I'm honest.
I've just had a look, by the way, the plat chat. I'm not clicking on it because I want to see how much it builds up, but there's currently 372 messages I've not read. That is insane, and that's after kickoff. This started at 8 minutes past 6, sorry, or whenever it were. But yeah, that is mental, the numbers on that. If you're doing the plat chat, it's great on a non-match day or just pre-match and everything. During the game, it goes mental, to put it lightly.
Yeah. And look, you've always got a choice, haven't you, to silence it when you want to. It is a great place. There's some brilliant people in there. They're all brilliant, and we have a lot of fun in there. And we've made a lot of good mates in that chat, haven't we, mate? You and me included. And and we should say, if you want to become a Platinum Rambler, all you have to do is reach out to us. So either on socials, so on X, if you want to reach out to Jimmy Ramble, or you want to reach out to Blades Ramble on X and let us know that you want to become a Platinum Rambler or a Rambler. There's tiers to it, but you are very welcome to join. And it's a great community, and I can highly recommend it. But yes, on match days, sometimes when we're losing, I just put it on silent for a little bit, and it becomes too distracting otherwise. But Ian says it's not over. We could have had a couple ourselves, and a very lucky bounce for their second. It's the hope. It certainly is. They need to show some Yorkshire grit. Get stuck in, says Leeds United 2020. Chip Butty Records says, thought we looked good for the first 20 minutes, midfield missing again, and we didn't take our chances. Papa Blade, check your connection, Jamie, maybe a big spider biting the cables.
Yeah, I've sorted it now. I've just hooked up the battery pack, and for some reason the battery pack's better quality than an actual mains plug socket. No idea why.
Jack said it's been wide open for the second. It's 100% his fault. Nah, I disagree, Jack. Sorry, mate. Silly half effort, booting it long. Didn't even leave our half because he didn't even boot it out of our half. Right, okay. Cooper not at fault. If anyone Bindon was ball watching like against Oxford, get off Cooper's back, please. Sorry, John, I nearly misread that. Matty, hello, mate. Middlesbrough, best team I've seen this season. Wow, they are good. They're winning the league with ease. Yeah, they've certainly got a chance, haven't they, mate? And I've been impressed with them on a few occasions that I've seen. And what impressed me the most about Middlesbrough was when Rob Edwards left, and I thought they might have a continuity issue there. Kim Hellberg came in, put his own stamp on it, just a little bit of his own stamp on it, and nothing's changed in terms of they've stayed relatively consistent and they've stayed up that top end of the table. So, yeah, they're a good side and they've got some good players, as they proved in the first half. James says Blaster needs a month in the under-21s. We have enough midfielders now, especially with Phillips. Hope he's on at half-time. Bindon also extremely poor. I see 3-3 come on full-time up the Blades. I'm just trying to catch up with these comments before the second half starts. It came from Cooper's pass out. Jack says his distribution is... sorry, Jack, I've not your comment off there. His distribution is poor. First one, clear it right to their player. Second one, passes it to their player. Third one, boots it long. Doesn't leave our half. And it's down from there. John says we're too open in the middle. Think Phillips will be on sooner rather than later. Cooper kicks it properly and there's no second goal, says Mogerman. Cooper's fault.
I think he booted, if I remember right, he booted it with his weak foot, and he's not great when doing that.
And Jack says we're expecting him to be better at booting it up. Yeah, I mean, maybe Jack, maybe the distribution has to improve. But you've got to rely on your teammates as well when it breaks down. You know, when he boots that out, you know, there's still a lot for Middlesbrough to do to go and score. So you know, he's got teammates in front of him. You've got to rely on. You know, you are going to make mistakes, especially as a goalkeeper at this level. But I take your point. Sky Blue says that's your season over. It's not over yet, mate. We've got another 45 minutes to play yet, and we've got a lot more football to play going towards the end of the season. Joe Rothwell coming on, Jamie, for Ollie Arblaster. So they are making a change.
I am interested to see because the thing with Rothwell is he's obviously less of a defensive midfielder than Arblaster. But I am wondering how he'll cope with the physicality. He's a big lad. But from the bits I hear about Leeds fans, he's one of them players you want when you got more of the ball, which we haven't had this half, but potentially we might get a bit more this half. But he's always got that good ping in him. He's a good player and he's someone you want on set pieces. But you got him and Burrows all for set pieces. It's a good option to have.
It certainly is. And just put Jack's comment up here. We wouldn't have been in this situation if Cooper didn't clear it into
Mate, get off Cooper. There's other players in our team.
We hear you, Jack. We hear you. You've made your point. We hear you. You know, yes, it's a mistake, but I just think they've still got a lot to do from there at that point, and could have been some better defending in the build-up to it as well. Chris Wilder out. Come on.
Sorry, he's made 6 saves as well from this match. It's not like he's letting every single shot he's had. He's had 6 shots he's faced, and he's done well for a lot of them.
Well, the difference, Borough are brilliant at passing. We are terrible. We are terrible, I think he means to say. Yeah, well, he's made some great saves in recent games as well. Jamie, he made a couple of great saves at Southampton away. I think I recall in one of the other away games recently, I can't remember which one it was, he made a crucial save at one point. And in the home game against Ipswich, he made a couple of really good saves as well. So he's been an important player for us recently, Michael Cooper. And I don't think you know, when you've got a team like Middlesbrough, a decent side, and they're breaking through the middle of you at ease, and there's no resistance, there's no defensive pressure in that middle part of the pitch. You know, Michael Cooper and the defenders in front of them are going to be under a lot of pressure, and they have been in that first half. Hackney coming forward now.
I can see he's going potentially 4-4-2 at some point, because the way we're playing at the minute, I think we need that extra striker, just especially if we're going to need 2 goals at a minimum. We just need a second striker probably just to give us that attacking edge. Gone out for a goal kick here, but again, they're still on the press here. We may have to force the issue at some point with a 4-4-2 and go a bit more direct. Sorry, I've just read that comment out. Still think Coops maybe should have got down for the first. I mean, he's definitely not at fault for it. Made some difficult saves since, and I agree with you guys about the second. Paul says Cooper's fault for the second goal. Shocking clearance, and our midfield is getting overrun. But we should have at least 1 goal up the blades, up the Ramble. James says Bindon fault for not following it up, just like against Oxford. And there's a lot of blame being around it. Could this be make or break? I think Cooper could get so much stick in one match just for those 2 goals. Again, they're not even bad shots either. It's not like it's just trickled in. And you've got to focus as well. He's got a defence in front of him that's got to help him. Yes, it may be a poor clearance, but that's where your defensive midfield have got to help him out there. He's not going to get perfect 9 out of 10s every match. It's just not going to happen.
Our favourite commenter is here. Jamie, never again tell me how good Peck and Blaster are, exposed for the raw novices they are. Or maybe the opposition are good, David. There is that. You know, no one's going to come here and lay down for us, especially a team that's been winning this season and are competing for promotion. They're a decent side. We just haven't been at the races in key areas of the pitch.
I will say, I do agree. If he's on about O'Hare or unlucky.
Bamford's so close. O'Hare on the right-hand side of the 6-yard box, flashes the ball across.
We've had a few of them moments where it's just so close to going in, and we've just not been able to get over the line. Where they're game changers for me, where that can be your few points just from them moments. He's really unlucky that he probably should have anticipated it a bit better. Probably didn't commit as much as he should, but they're the moments you miss out on.
Yeah, we've got to convert.
What would you say, by the way, on David Webster? If he's on about pecking our blaster in a partnership, I actually agree with him, which is a rarity in these days. I know, magical.
Yeah, it's, but thank you for coming along, David, and commenting. Anyway, we always appreciate it. We are expecting him to save it. We aren't expecting him to save it, I think Jack says. We are expecting him to kick the ball better 3 times. Yeah, Jack, we've heard you, mate. 3 times he put us in danger, and the 3rd they score. Yeah, that's fine, mate. And I take your point, but I think they've got a lot to do, as I say, once he's cleared that ball out. It was poor. Yeah, it was a poor kick out, but they've got a hell of a lot to do at that point. Yeah, he's just corrected his post there. Wake Up Cooper passed it to them. Oh, okay, yeah, he's referring to the...
Again, that's where your defensive midfield should be picking up. Yes, it's a poor clearance by Cooper and he should do better. But again, the defence has got to do better to help him out at the very least. That's why it's a team game and not just a one-man band.
Borough just trying to switch the ball over to the left-hand side there. And Conway unable to control it, and it goes out of play for a Sheffield United throw. Deep in our half. We must be losing David Webster's here, says Ian. Hi, guys. It's nothing to do with the save. It's his bad kick. Yeah, I know. We've established this.
We've heard it.
The bad kick out. I think he's got a lot to do still, or Middlesbrough, rather, have got a lot to do still to score a goal from there. You know, mistakes like a poor kick out can be rectified.
Great for Bamford there, by the way.
Mistake, but it's whether it was a direct... O'Hamer playing the ball in now. Oh,
so unlucky.
Not breaking for us at the moment. Ball runs to Sol Bryn. We did deal with it twice before that. 3rd time is just asking for it, says Jack. Wilder scored again. 10 minutes of gegenpress. That's a football manager term used there. I don't think Dave the Nose would be a big...
Oh, he's miles off. Where he's miles off. I think he got flagged for offside anyways.
Took over midfield with 3v2 in there. Yeah, I agree, Keith. Yeah, not seen it back, so can't comment on the poor kick out. I'll take your word for it. Hackney bossing it, says Kevin. I think Calvin will be in. Borough a good side, more solid than Cov or Ipswich. So let's put all this in context. Needed more protection in midfield from Jack. Yeah, I agree with you there, mate. John says Peck and O'Hare in midfield are just too small, easily brushed off the ball. Just be positive. You're having a good season, could be worse, says Steele. 2 differences between the teams tonight. 1, we can't pass, and 2, we can't shoot.
We've got to remember, we could be Sheffield Wednesday, so take the positive with that if you want.
Yeah, things could be a lot worse, as we've seen across the city. I repeat what I said before kickoff. What does Blaster bring to the team? Blaster off, O'Hare off, Cannon, Rothwell on. Well, he's gone for the 1 change at half-time. Dave Moore says, everybody has an opinion. We respect all opinions, even the wrong ones. I never argue, just listen and explain why I'm right. That's the right way to do it, Davey, definitely. Kevin says, come on, Blades, let's stick together. We're not all FIFA managers. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. It's not getting out from our goal, not moving off the ball. Brooks surrounded by 4 Borough players and gets no help. Poor first half. Right, enough moaning from me. Come on, Blades, 3-2 win. That's the one, Jack. That's what we're looking for. The big comeback second half. It's on. Come on, you Blades. Should be 1-2. Have to work harder to get contact on the ball when pressing. Yep, I agree with Man Mountain. Absolutely. We get there and allow them out. Touch of fortune with the bounce off the post, but Borough, good value for their lead. Completely agree with Man Mountain there. People will say, unsurprised that your co-host from all aboard the championship and top 20 takes is someone that you would agree wholeheartedly with. But the man talks a lot of sense. You know, you can't get away from that. Borough, for me, are the best team in the league. Chill out, Blade. Sorry, it's still another 45 to play. Anything could happen.
You've got to bear in mind. You've got to bear in mind as well. As it stands, these are top of the league. They're there for a reason. They're not just going to be a bad side and roll over for us. It was a miracle what happened with Ipswich, and you take them and Coventry, they're both having a bit of a wobble at the minute. So we probably played Ipswich at a good time. And again, Coventry are struggling at the minute. So you take the rough with the smooth. But Middlesbrough are now 2 points clear. And even though Ipswich have got a game in hand, they're not playing amazing. And it looks like, despite Hull's recent result versus Bristol City, they look like they could even push for autos, which would be a miracle considering they've had embargoes.
Middlesbrough just looking to build now. They're on the right-hand side of our defensive third. They're just to the right of our penalty area. It's now played back to Callum Britton. He looks for Morgan Whittaker again. I'll look for a diagonal ball into the box. It nearly runs through. It nearly.
Well done, Cooper, on it.
Michael Cooper collects it.
I wonder if anyone will be praising Michael Cooper for that one, just being on it like that and making sure that if it gets through, he's picking it up.
Great Watchalong chaps. Don't take the bait on Cooper.
Ooh, pour this. I think it might be from Page. Just give it away.
Oh, dear. Oh, Tommy Conway air kicks it. Takes a swing and a miss. Whittaker over the bar from 20 yards out.
I don't know why we're still playing out the back. We're struggling with it at the minute because they're on full press. I think it might have been, with City Pegs, he just couldn't handle just the press from Borough, really.
A few blades. Dave Morwood and Alistair saying, why does Dave Webster pop up only when we're losing?
Because he's fickle.
Some people like to revel in the misery. I don't know why. I mean, David. Look,
honestly,
post whenever he likes, support how he likes.
I'd be more likely to put money on him being a Wednesday night. Honest to God, it's that bad with him. I've never seen the man comment. In fact, I've seen him comment once, I think, after a win, and it was Oxford, and he was still criticising. I don't understand how you can never give praise. I'm pretty sure he was commenting once, and I said to him, well, what about this? And he went, yeah, well done to the team, but not Wilder. You can't be... I don't understand. Honestly, I'm convinced he's just rage baiting. He's taking the mick because he knows that people will bite back.
Well, maybe, mate. And look, he's, I know he attracts a little bit of criticism with his comments in here sometimes. He's entitled to comment when and if he wants, and support or not support however he wants. So we welcome everybody to the Ramble, even though it might sometimes come across the wrong way from him. We know other people that only appear as well in our other chat when United lose, typically. But people support in their own way, and sometimes they like to get a bit off their chest as well and vent, which is okay as well. So
that's brilliant, by the way, from Femi there, dribbling past about 3 people. Brooks on it, trying to get whipped in, plays it, Peg, ball in, dotted him back, keeps it in play, back to Femi. Just nicked off him, but he keeps it going and doing well so far. It's just out for a corner. It's very good by Femi Saruki there.
Blade's still battling. It feels like we could do with getting a goal soon if we're going to get back into this. Not even playing poorly, just they're a good team and full of confidence at the moment. Yeah, I think you're right, Thomas. Let me know how you think Rothwell is managing. Not really got into the game yet, to be honest with you. Just very.
We'll know by about 75 minutes probably where how well he's done. It's been on for only 10 minutes so far.
Well, you could argue that we look a little bit more resistant in the middle of the park, and we're kind of holding our own a little bit better in there. But having said that, when a team's 2-0 up, they're going to drop in a little bit and be less on the front foot anyway, especially away from home.
Sorry, mate. Is the linesman just flagged for offside from a corner?
I think he has, from a corner, or he's seen.
Is that possible?
Unless he's seen something in there. I'm just trying to see.
Might need help from the man in black in that, because from my best memory, I don't remember you can be offside from a corner.
No, I don't know if you've seen a foul in there, but Brooks just playing the ball off. That's going to go out for a
goal kick.
For a goal kick to Middlesbrough. Another mess by Cooper. The throwing keeper under the bus is totally wrong. Cooper's having a shocker.
Leeds fans, I agree with you. Wow.
Get off Cooper's back, guys. Borough have had about 20 shots tonight. He's no Alan Kelly. Like I said earlier, Cooper's distribution is shocking. Papa Blade says Burrows is having a shocker position and touch very poor. Borough excellent. Hope that new Leo guy gets the left back shirt next match. He's talking about Hjelde from Sunderland.
This is harsh from Burrows.
And it's blocked.
Oh, he's unlucky that he's gone out for a goalkeeper. But yeah, Borough is getting a lot of stake. He doesn't, as I said, first half, he doesn't get much help from Hamer as much as Stariki does with Brooks. So he's not going to have the greatest time on his own. And I think that just shows how good of a job McCallum did on his own before he got injured.
Yeah, it was a blow losing him. You know, the form he's been in this season, he's been very good. And
well done from Burrows there, by the way, on that tackle, just to get out of play and keep the throwing to United. He's done very well there. So well done, Burrows, to have that.
Gaz says these are a good side. They've taken their chances. We haven't. I watched behind the Ramble today. The Blades are such a community team. Says John, how can anyone not be all with them? Humans make mistakes, but we are all together. I'm ashamed of all of the fans' comments. Well, it's frustration, isn't it, John? You know, we all want the same thing. We all want Sheffield United to win, and people deal with, defeats or being behind in a game or things not going to plan. People deal with it in a different way. I try to remain calm. I try to look forward and see how can we get back into this game. Other people, just want to apportion blame, and that's it's just being different, isn't it? So people are entitled to support however they see fit, and then they're allowed to be critical if they want to be. A lot of people pay their money to go and watch football.
And as you can see, my head is on march from the criticism at the minute, so that shows how well I've taken the 2-0 loss.
Also, no slowing the game down. Oh, also now slowing the game down. Yeah, Borough. Whereabouts in Aussie, JD? I think we established Brisbane earlier, didn't we, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm not giving you the full address. There's no chance of that happening.
Yeah, keep your location. Much to yourself. Is that unless there's a large monument outside, or we really work out that you're in Sydney because the Sydney Harbour's behind you through the window. But
all you can see outside of that window is someone's solar panels on the roof and a lot of trees. There is nothing you can see out there.
Trying to keep the heat out as well with those shutters, I imagine. We're not far off here. These are a good side. If his defender did a job, he would be getting the problems his defenders are making. We are getting frustrated now, says Gaz. Yeah, we are, mate.
I just want to say, by the way, it's currently 7:20, and the temperature right now is 26 degrees, and according to BBC Weather, it feels like 33. And it's going to absolutely tip it down and get hotter. So I am going to be absolutely dying of heat stroke later today.
Yeah, that humidity is going to break. The rain's going to come down, and then it will just go back to being hot again an hour later. And
well, it's still not as bad as the UK when it's 22 degrees. That is just a different breed.
Well, yeah, because we don't have any air conditioning anywhere. That's the thing. I went over to America in the summer, and it was glorious in the Chicago area. It was like 34, 35 degrees every day. But the thing is, you walk inside anywhere and you get blasted with air conditioning everywhere you go. So you don't get hot, really. Whereas in this country, you can't. You just have to buy a desk fan and hope for the best. And
yeah, and that just blows even hotter air into your face, so you're just getting hit by even more heat. It's horrible, though, when you step outside. And when I got to the airport, it was all nice and cool, and we got the sun and everything, so I stayed cool throughout. In fact, Borage are coming on here, whipped in, got out the corner. But yeah, I had my hoodie on and jeans on, and I took one step outside, just a blast of heat at me. I had to immediately take off my hoodie, and I was in jeans, so I couldn't take them off, so I was just dying for like the first hour.
Yeah, it's horrible as well, isn't it? And especially when you arrive in a country as well, and you're wearing jeans and a hoodie because you've been on a flight wanting to keep warm, and then you get off and it's like 35 degrees when you get off the steps.
Yeah.
It's awful. You just can't wait to get back to wherever you're staying and have a shower. But Middlesbrough now and they just play the ball back to Sol Bryn. They were trying to work their way towards the Sheffield United penalty area there, but forced back. And I'm going to bring the ball out now with Malander.
I can probably see Hamer coming off here. He's not had a bad game particularly. I can imagine him, the amount of running he's done, especially just then, he'll probably be starting to get a bit tired where you want probably more fresh legs. And then I can see he's go 4-4-2 with Cannon, most likely. Just spice up a little bit. Oh, Bamford just been cleared through, but he's done well, get straight back up and shrug it off. Brooks coming in here, Femi just with the option for an overlap, but he goes the other way, falls to Hamer, who plays it out to Rothwell, plays it out to back to Rothwell. Sorry, it's all over the place, dotting about, but Femi out wide here, looking for an option to potentially crossing or dribble, plays it back to Peg, tries the cross, but it's blocked, dribbling in here, and it's just given away. Middlesbrough on the counter now, getting starting to pick up again on the pace. It's not like it were first half, but it's still quite fast paced, and Brooks just takes down, I think it's McGree, just a bit of a tactical foul, smart play. It's now yellow card for Brooks, but it's foul for Middlesbrough.
Looks like Kevin is in Brisbane as well, Jamie. I don't know if you knew that already. I got an inkling earlier, but yeah, welcome to Brisbane. Jamie's got some. Get yourself down to South Bank and definitely up the West End. Humidity is built up. I used to live in Sydney, but Brisbane is the fun city in the country. You'll be right.
If you're in one of the chats, pal, message me. I don't know whether you are or not, because there's quite a lot of people at this point. If you are, just drop me a message. You can always meet up for pre-match or something. I'm not leaving Brisbane anytime soon. I can always get training, meet up for one at matches or something.
As it says, get in the Caxton Hotel for a pint next to Suncorp Stadium. So they're giving you some tourist spots to go and try out.
Caxton Hotel. I was going to say, because I've had a look at a load of sports bars, because the Championship's not so popular over here. There's just nowhere showing it. You've got odd pubs showing Premier League games, but there's barely any showing Championship games. Because it's like being sport, they show like one in every like 10 Championship games or something. What was the pub called, by the way, that got flagged up? What was that, sorry?
You're lucky to get this game tonight, then?
Well, it's either that or SUTV for free. Well, not for free, sorry. For like £5, so it's not too bad. What were the pub, by the way, that got highlighted in previous comment?
It was the Caxton Hotel. It's next to Suncorp Stadium, apparently, in that part of town.
Oh, looks nice. I'll check it out. Thank you very much. Just substitution here. Looks like Hamer's, in fact, no, McGree's coming off, sorry. I can't remember who 14 is for Middlesbrough, but they might be going a bit more defensively now. Do you any idea who 14 is?
Say that again, Joe.
Any idea who 14 is for Middlesbrough?
14, I will tell you. Let's have a look. Check it out on FOTMob, the source for all things.
It's Gilbert, Alex Gilbert, sort of a like-for-like replacement, but can't play that deep role, I think. Campbell and Calvin Phillips actually coming on here. That's interesting. Not Cannon. I think OS come off. That is very interesting.
Calvin Phillips coming on and Ty Campbell. So I've got to try and work out Sidney Peck's as well.
Right.
This is a 4-4-2.
Yeah, Hamer out left wing.
Yeah. So you've got Calvin Phillips and Joe Rothwell in the middle now, which I never thought I'd say in the Sheffield United midfield. And Patrick Bamford up front with Tyrese Campbell. So let's see, maybe they'll try and force the issue now. But they've got to do a lot of work in these next, well, what will be just under 23 minutes of normal time, plus whatever stoppage time we've got. It's not long to turn this around, but we only need the one goal to set the game alight and spark things up again.
Absolutely. I think the fact that we now got Calvin Phillips on, you can already see he's just showing that quality. It's even been like someone tried to absolutely wipe him out and just stayed on his feet, looked after the ball. That quality is going to be so good to have in this team. Just that enforcer in the midfield.
And he's
and again, Phillips going again here. Unlucky there. I think Hamer gets fouled. Yeah, foul for Hamer. Very good play by Phillips.
Yellow card for looks like for Callum Britton. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Calvin Phillips has not made a quiet start in the slightest. He's gone straight in amongst it. I think what we'll see probably from Rothwell is just probably that extra man just to help out wherever is needed. Just that little passing option, not someone that does spectacular stuff, but someone just helps out where needed. It's probably what we need at the minute, just someone to be in and amongst that little areas that you probably think, where's the extra man?
Just says the first time I went to Spain, it was dark, and as I came out of the plane's door, it was so hot and humid, I thought we had parked inside the hangar. Story Bridge Storybridge Hotel Kangaroo Point Thursday night. Wear your Blades shirt, says David.
Hang on, keep that up. I'm making note of this.
Free kick in from Gus Hamer and collected by Sol Bryn easily. As he rolls the ball out and Middlesbrough come away.
Thursday, right, okay.
Yeah. Go watch a State of Origin game or a Broncos game, says Gaza. It's a famous hotel pub in Brisbane on Caxton Street. So, yeah, it's the Caxton Hotel, I think they said earlier.
Sound. Middlesbrough coming along here. I think it's Gilbert on that left-hand side. He's got a few options. He's played in here, and it's a good save by Michael Cooper.
Yeah, it comes out.
I think he's kept in by Vind in here. Yeah, it has. He's just trying to play it out. No, it weren't. It was Burrows, sorry. But it's really poor clearance that from Burrows. Just landed straight to Hackney. He's trying to play around here. I think Rothwell's trying to keep up, and he does to sort of protect that back line. They go again here. Middlesbrough out wide. Callum Britton looking for that crossing. Him does half-assed tackle, but they keep hold of it. Trying to play in here now. Crossing from Borough, and it's cleared out by Tanganga quite easily. Back in, again cleared out by Bindon. Falls straight back to Borough. I think that's Callum Britton again, crossed in. It's out wide.
Get down to Coronation. Kevin, Jamie says the Regatta Hotel on Coronation Drive. It's another spot to check out.
Regatta Hotel. Okay, I'm making quite a few notes of these. These are brilliant. Thank you very much, everyone. Regatta Hotel. Okay, I don't know where that is because it doesn't even look like it's Brisbane. Oh no, it is Brisbane. It's sort of on the edge of it. Yeah. Oh, no, thank you.
So now Gus collects the ball. Gus drives forward on the left. He tries to chop inside, puts a cross in.
Oh, that's poor.
Easily dealt with.
Rothwell just on the edge of the box looking for an option. Brooks looking for the potential option. Shoots. Deflection goes out for a corner.
Need to score in the next 5, says Gaz. Yeah, we need a goal soon, mate. I would agree with you. I can hear the Blades crowd getting behind the team after the subs. Best home support in the country, mate.
Have you got sound on for the actual game audio?
A little bit. I've got it on low, just so.
What's it like? Because I've got mine on mute, pal, because it won't let me play it with sound for some reason. Whilst I've got you on.
They're getting behind them. I can hear them roar on. They just got a corner now, and a big roar went up. But no, it's dealt with by Borough. Ball played in now. Gus gets the ball. Looks like he's going to have a free kick given away for handball. Oh, really frustrating this. We certainly need to find a goal from somewhere soon. So at the moment, it's still Sheffield United 0, Middlesbrough 2. And we're coming into the 73rd minute of the game, just about. Gus gets the ball, well, nearly gets the ball back, nearly pinches it back there, but Borough come away with it just over halfway. Tanganga lays it back to Calvin Phillips, who's trying to just wriggle his way out of trouble there, does really well.
He's done very well, Phillips.
Really, really well. Plays a nice diagonal ball forward to Gus. Takes it quickly. Gus across to Bamford. Bamford, goal!
Yeah. Come on. Game on. Game on.
Patrick Bamford.
Good goal there.
Wonderful diagonal ball from Calvin Phillips across to Gus. And then Gus with
I'll tell you what, that all came initially from Calvin Phillips. He got fouled and he did really well to pick up the ball. Just a quick cross into Hamer. Just a great through ball from Hamer. Finds Bamford on his weak foot as well. He just places it in. It's not even in particular a particular corner. It's just hit hard and low where keeper's just that mobile. He's struggling to keep up. It's a very good goal from Bamford. Game on.
It's really good. He takes a really good touch to set it, and then with his right foot into the far corner. Great diagonal ball forward from Calvin Phillips to Gus, and then Gus finds the pass to Bamford. Really good vision to see his run. And so Sheffield United with a foothold back in this game. Now Sheffield United 1, Middlesbrough 2. I must update the score before I forget.
I can see that Calvin Phillips definitely starting next game, but the quality he's shown today within about 5 to 10 minutes, you can tell why he got signed for the Premier League. It's just not happened for him since he's got there. And I'm surprised that he didn't go back to Leeds United, but he wanted the game time just to restart things, and it's already a great start for him.
Very difficult place to get in the team as well at Manchester City. Some of the competition he's got for a place there. I know he's had 1 or 2 loan spells out as well, where he's tried to sort of reignite his career. Hopefully, he can do it with us. And first and foremost, help us to get back into this game, which he's played his part in so far. And it looks now like Calvin Phillips with a great tackle there.
That's brilliant, that.
And Brooks comes away with it, and you can just see now Brooks on the edge of the area.
Shoot.
Oh,
Campbell. Oh, corner.
A great save from Solbrin with his legs, and you can just see now the momentum is with Sheffield United after that goal.
Come on.
You can just see a spring in the step. All of a sudden, they can smell it away back into the game. Brooks unlucky.
I don't know why Brooks didn't shoot, but it's a great attempt by Campbell. Goes out for the deflection, though. Unlucky from Campbell. But again, if we took our chances, potentially 2-2 or 3-2, it just shows how crucial we have to be. Clinical, sorry.
Burrows with a corner to the back stick. Tanganga heads it back across, but there's no one there to meet it. And it looks like it's Hackney that clears it away. And now Sheffield United have a throw-in.
By the way, I don't know if you could hear, that's just like annoying birds in the background.
I did hear that as well. So your audio's coming through all right at the moment. And I've even got the sound up a little bit on the game now. Gus looking to turn the ball around the corner.
Well, I can't hear any of the game, by the way, so you're all good on that front.
Whittaker's going to come away with the ball now. And a little bit of a cynical foul there by Calvin Phillips. Tactical foul. Gets a yellow card, but it was probably needed. If Whittaker gets past him there, they've got a few men forward, then we might have been in a little bit of trouble.
I think it just shows how much, since he's come into that midfield, it's already taken leaps and bounds, and fair play to Leeds fans, they were backing him. I was, except for the signing, I was slightly sceptical because he hadn't played, I was worried about it. But it just shows off, if you're struggling in the Premier League, the drop off the Championship can be such a good chance for you to restart things.
Just looking at the match stats, Middlesbrough have had 65% of the possession, 18 shots, 9 on target. So they deserve their lead for sure.
And then you say about Cooper getting stick. Well, he's made 7 saves already. Campbell going on the counter. I think he gets fouled here. Yeah, he does. He goes back and he's done well here to get fouled. He's playing a lot better than he has done previously.
Yeah, he's just clipped there, and he just comes over halfway with the ball. And it's like Gilbert.
He's done very well, Campbell, because he just sort of gets his feet in the way, so he can't. Oh, he actually gets the ball booted at him, but yeah, he sort of makes it so that you can't really get to the ball. The only way to get to him is through a foul. He did very well there. I think Whittaker and Conway coming off the edge is probably going to strengthen up defensively now. Middlesbrough just with the tide turning a bit. I'm not sure who's coming on because I don't know Middlesbrough that great, but yeah, you can tell it's reinforcements defensively, definitely.
It is. So they're bringing Dale Fry on, who's a centre half. So he comes on for Conway. It looks like Whittaker's going off as well. So obviously they feel they're under a little bit of pressure at this point. Sheffield United have got a way potentially back into the game. Yeah, so it's Fry and Strelic coming on for Conway and Whittaker. So it's a centre half and a striker coming on for Borough. So they changed things up a little bit. It is overall a defensive change.
It's probably 5-4-1 or something.
Yeah,
I imagine.
Now Sheffield United with a free kick that Harrison Burrows is going to take just beyond the centre circle inside Middlesbrough's half. He's going to play a long diagonal ball forward towards the back post. Brooks heads it in. It's Bamford.
Oh, so lucky.
Just run out of room there, and Solbring collects it. And if we... Oh, that's another thing I've not quite done yet.
Just thinking, mate, have we had a late equaliser / winner yet this season?
I can't think of one. I can think of a couple of times we've gone down in the last minute or late on in a game.
Well,
maybe you can remind us in the comments. I can't remember one.
I think we only had one last season, and it was Bristol City away where we were 1-0 down and then came back for 2-1. I believe you were actually at that game. But yeah, we're due one this season.
Yorkshire Pirlo strikes again, says Papa Blade. Just seeing some of the comments coming in here after the United goal. Great,
It's very good play from Bamford, this, by the way. He just gets fouled where he's got about 4 men on him. He just draws the foul very easily. He doesn't go to ground particularly easily, but he makes sure that if he's going, he's getting a foul.
Kevin Bleat. You feed him, he gets you goals. Yeah, it certainly has done for us so far. I swear on Glyn Hodges' life, my dad said he's switched off and gone to bed 2 minutes later. Is a rambler. I've told him to stay in bed and not switch back on. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, mate. It seems to be working. Marching on.
Oh, that's unlucky from Gush. Just, and Rothwell is absolutely wiped out. I'm not sure who's taken out. So again, another tactical foul just to stop that counter. I think it's Alan Brown who's taken out. But good play from Rothwell, because he knows that if he's through, potentially opening up for Middlesbrough. And yeah, he's sent off? What? Joe Rothwell's been sent off?
I need to see that back.
That was just a tactical foul. It's nowhere near going through on goal. Unless it's like malicious and he caught him with his touch, I can understand. But it looked like just a sweeping foul. I'm pretty sure Calvin Phillips did one similar about 5 minutes ago.
Oh.
It's nasty, but it's... Let's have a look at it. Oh no, it might be a bit of a red. It's a nasty one, yeah. That may have killed down the momentum.
It doesn't look good. His foot doesn't look particularly high. It's the speed he comes in at and the amount of contact that he makes with him.
I think even Wilder knows it's a bad end for that one. Right, so
the trouble with those, Damien, and I was when I played, albeit at a much lower level, I used to like the tackle. But you know, when you're going to go in like that and you're going to fly and you've got to win it, you've got to get the ball.
Yeah.
If he takes the ball there, he's fine. But there's a fine line between that and a red card.
I'll tell you what, we've seen a good game. If you talk from a neutral point of view, it's just a shame we're on the United side of things where we're just not winning. I don't know if you potentially update the score card on the bottom where it's for red cards. I don't know if you do that or not.
Yeah, there's probably a way to do it. Let's see if I don't normally update it for red cards actually, but let's have a look. I bet we can do that.
I just wonder now how we're going to play formation-wise. Obviously, we've got 2 strikers on, so we can't really go for like a 4-4-1 unless potentially Hamer goes centre mid and then Campbell out wide, maybe. I'm not too sure. I think we should win a foul here from Hackney. Just a bit of a. I think Tanganga is trying to get someone booked here. He's looking quite frustrated at the minute.
Well, speaking of frustration, I mean that is really frustrating. That I know Rothwell's trying to just show a bit of commitment and go in a bit, full-blooded and win the ball there. But like I say, if you're going to go in like that, you've got to win it. It's the distance, and I think the man in black, Gaz Dunn, has talked about this before. That some of it is judged on the distance travelled and the speed you come in at as well. And he's
he does come in with some velocity. In fairness to Rothwell, where you are getting hurt if you get one of them on you.
And this is the Borough keeper has been solid. Obviously, they've had more chances, but we've had some good ones. Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper, Solbrin.
I think Elder's coming on here. I'm not sure who for, but they were just showing him on touchline getting a few instructions. So I'll be interested to see whether he comes on and makes a potential farther back as left centre half or potentially replaces Burrows, just with the game slightly slipping away now, and we've got that red card. I mean, if we keep skilled people group sponsoring, great guy who runs them, by the way. It looks like who's actually come off for the minute? Maybe it's Burrows come off. So just keeping that sort of formation going. But I'll be interested to see how we play, because potentially we get that equaliser if we keep the 11 men. But it's just a bit against us now having one less player.
And the man in black says red card all day. I don't think we can disagree, mate. Ultimately,
that's fair enough.
It was like we said, the distance he came from, the speed he came in at, and he was so late to it. You've just got to watch yourself in those situations. And if you're going to go in like that, you've got to take the ball. Is ex-Leeds United?
Got a lot of throwing in. Flicked on here. Bamford trying to win the battle there. Just wins. I think he goes out for a corner. He's done very well. Bamford just had about 3 people on him.
You need to look at that again, Jamie. It's 100% red.
Yeah, that was purely a reaction on like first angle one. Sorry about that. That was fair enough of it being a red.
Pity someone. We need to get match fitness now out for 3 games. Yeah, it's not good.
Is it 3-game ban?
Straight red. Yeah, I'll get a 3-game ban for it.
I thought it used to be where if it were a red card, it was sometimes just 1 game.
It depends on the nature of the foul. I think so. I think it's.
Is it like violent conduct? It would come under potentially.
Well, violent conduct certainly would. Maybe Gaz can let us know in the comments. But I was thinking it was going to be a 3-match ban. But depending on the nature of the foul and whether you've picked up 2 yellows rather than a red, obviously it all makes a bit of a difference. Solbrin's going to knock this forward. Solbrin, Michael Cooper. They're both in yellow. They are both in yellow tonight. I got confused there for a moment. Ty trying to keep the ball in.
He's unlucky there.
And he's going to throw the ball out to Sunderland's left-hand side now. So they're just going to try and keep the ball now and slow things down and wind the clock down if they can.
My mate just texted me as well, just because I've been on about the new signs to him, and he just said to me, I warned you about Rothwell.
Yeah, it was a meaty challenge, that's for sure. Philippe says the number of red cards we've received recently, I'll be lucky to get the same number of cards on Valentine's Day. Any cards on Valentine's Day, I'll be grateful for, Philippe. Awful tackle. Violent conduct, you could get more than 3. Wow. Okay. Would that be considered violent conduct, Gaz? Is that not just a really late tackle?
I was going to say for violent conduct, you look at Osmage, where he's like biting and spitting on people and headbutting John Lundstrom. He's probably getting about 12.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what the definition of violent conduct is, because he could argue that he's going in there for the ball. He's just travelled a long way and he's super late. Certainly deserves the red. It'll be 3 games out, maybe more if it's reviewed to be really bad. Well, you called it at 2-1. That was serious foul play, so we'll get 3. Oh, okay, mate. Okay. Yeah, I thought he'd get 3 just because it was a really late bad challenge, but it's good to get a definition on it. I've got to say, it's good that we've got Gaz, a professional referee in our midst, because he can clear all this up for us and give us all the definitions and the criteria that sometimes we don't keep on top of ourselves. Straight red is a 3-game ban. Violent conduct is when not challenging for the ball, says Gaz.
So he had sort of challenge for the ball. He just completely missed it.
Well, yeah, I felt that you could easily define it as challenging for the ball, but he's just, like I say, if you're going to go in like that, you've got to take the ball. Otherwise, you give the referee a decision to make, and he's made it.
Sarmiento, yeah.
Sarmiento is a sub for Middlesbrough. Binden's going to lob the ball forward now from a throw-in. Bamford flicks it inside. It's come to Calvin Phillips.
That's poor Phillips. He's got to be careful as well because he's on a booking. He's only been on for 20 minutes already. Got a yellow card. It's a great start.
So there are 2 new midfield signings. One's on a yellow and the other one got sent off.
Typical Leeds.
Pat looking to work his way in and just...
that's poor.
Runs the ball out. It's been a frustrating night for Sheffield United. Middlesbrough have come here and done a job. I thought they played very well first half. And, it looks like it's going to be very difficult for us to get anything out of this game now. Really frustrating.
And we've just not took our chances, mate. We've had opportunities, but again, you can say the same about them. They've had quite a lot of chances. They've only scored 2, so... It's probably a fair result, this. If we get a point, it's also a fair result, but I don't think we deserve to win today.
No, I don't think so, mate. I would agree with you. And I think the trouble is at this stage, look, one defeat doesn't mean that we can't get into the playoffs. But I've always felt in the lead up to this and with the number of games we've got left and the points average that I think you'll need to get into the playoffs, we could afford to drop a total of 9 points, in my opinion, and we've dropped 3 tonight, so you've got 6 now, and that window of opportunity is narrowing with every defeat or with every draw, and you never know. You never know. That points average might drop off, and a lot of teams around that clutch from 6 downwards, they will beat each other. So they do drop points in there, but we'll see. I'm not holding my breath, and this just tells me tonight that we've still got some work to do. We're being beaten by a good side, but they're clearly better than us, in my opinion, and they've proved that tonight.
I mean, it's good signs. You've got players like Calvin Phillips coming in now who've already shown the quality he can bring will be immense for us going into the second half of the season. But I think you're looking at the eventual title winners, to be fair to them. Coventry are having a really bad wobble, like that, worse than we did last season, where they're really struggling to even pick up a point at the minute. And Ipswich are not as good as they were probably around 2 months ago, I want to say. So you're probably looking at a team that's they've sort of stayed in amongst it, but no one's really said about them being title favourites until probably the last few games. So fair play to them, Middlesbrough. They've still been consistent, not being mind-blowing like Cov were at the start of the season, but just grinding out results and getting the points they need, a bit like we did last season. Just unfortunate that we came across 2 teams that both got 100 points, which I don't think we'll probably ever see again.
Could only happen to Sheffield United, that. Darren says, at least we've lost a player we've not seen play yet. No real loss, given our midfield numbers. Straight red isn't always a 3-game ban, not as simple as that, says Radaby. Difference in the teams, I think he means, for me, is the goalkeepers. One has made a lot of very good saves, and the other has been average or just above average at best. I think there's been more to it than that tonight, Paul. I think they've clearly been the better side, particularly in that first half, and that's what's eventually going to win them this game, by the looks of things. We are
Michael
into the
Cooper's also made about 9 saves at this point. Sorry, mate, to interrupt, but Michael Cooper's made about 9 saves up to this point. So it's not like he's had a quiet night and then every time the ball's coming near him, he just let it slip through his fingers. No, there've been some decent chances he made saves for. This could have easily been about 5-0 Middlesbrough without Cooper.
Well, we're into the second minute of 5 minutes at a time. Sariki's going to try and step inside with the ball. He's trying to drive towards the penalty area. Looks like he may have drawn a foul. No, the referee's not responded to that at all. Waves play on. Calvin Phillips tries to keep the ball in.
He's unlucky there.
Tanganga takes a heavy touch there. He's going to have to go back to Cooper, and he does. No, forget the playoffs. Not going to happen.
I think the good thing about having someone like Calvin Phillips is, despite the fact we've got Brooks is just fouled early and he's looking frustrated now. I think the good thing about Phillips is, despite the fact, as I said, we're now down 10 men, he's still managing to run that midfield on his own. And yes, he's not getting all Brooks, just I think being booked for for complaining. But yeah, the fact that even though he's not had the most pressure on him, Calvin Phillips is still managing to look after that midfield on his own. It just shows the quality that he has and how he did manage to get to the Euro finals and start for England.
Yeah, you can just see he's a cut above, isn't he? At times when he picks up the ball and drives through midfield, and some of the vision he's got to pick players out up ahead of him. Gus picks up a yellow card, standard. Gus picks up a yellow card mostly. Yeah, Gaz.
Sorry, mate, go on.
They say Gaz says straight red it is, Rab, and therefore 3 matches, 2 yellow cards, and red is 1 match ban. Okay, so we've cleared that up now. It's not.
I was going to say, by the way, if you can hear squeaking in the background, it's the mattress. It's for some reason it's really squeaky, so it's no issue with the mics or anything. It's just the mattress I'm sat on.
A bit of squeaking in the background. Is it a bit springy? Is it a bit uncomfortable?
Let me put it this way. You can probably hear that. It's very loud and annoying. Speaking of which, let me just get to corner here. The man that seems to be bouncing all over the place today. I think, Michael Cooper's going up here. I didn't even clock. We're so far into injury time now. I am surprised it's only 5 minutes, but that's probably fair enough. Cooper getting in amongst it here. Throwing kitchen sink at this point. You may as well.
Gaz is laughing. 3-match ban over.
Michael Cooper marking the keeper. That is very distracting. They're both wearing yellow. I don't know who has organised that.
I know. I thought they had to wear different colours. The goalkeepers and
Tanganga. Oh, it's unlucky. Might have one more chance here, but it's looking like it's not going to be United tonight.
Yeah, disappointing.
Go on, mate.
No, disappointing night for Sheffield United. I came into this quite confident with the run we've been on, but it's just another example of our stop-start this season's been, and it all stems from the way it started and the way we just the poor planning in the summer and the decisions that were made. And I'm afraid there's very little room for error now between now and the end of the season if they have got any hope of getting into the playoffs. That window is just shutting now. I think it's getting more.
The issue you got as well is the teams there in front of us that aren't in the auto spot. They're still managing to pick up a lot of points. They're not dropping points, any of them. So not only have we got to pick up points, we've got to pray they drop points. They're just not at the minute. So it's just looking like it's not going to be our year. But we go again next year with Wilder in charge, hopefully, and should be. From the off, and he can go, look at what's happened when you let me go. I think we just get one more chance here, just throwing it. I think Hjelder's taking a long throw, or medium throw, I'm not sure how far I can get it in. But you may as well throw everyone up for this one. Just taking a long throw. Cooper's up again for this one. Flicked on it, he's just won by Middlesbrough. Cooper goes to win it, he's just fouled, and it looks like that's it, full time.
Full time. Finishes Sheffield United 1, Middlesbrough 2. And just got Gaz in the comments again. Yeah, he's confirming that the goalkeepers should be in different colours. I think that's what he's saying there, and should have been picked up prior. Yeah. Interesting, that goalkeeper colours, that is. Yeah, he has confirmed that. Great watch along, lads. Well done. Thank you, Davey. Shame we couldn't get the result we wanted, though, mate. Would have preferred a Sheffield United win. But we've enjoyed it all the same, I think. Come on, Jamie, tell us the real reason for the bouncy squeaks. You've got a kangaroo in the room.
I wish.
We will smash this league next season, mark my words. I hope so, Nigel. Thanks, lads. Good fun. Watch along as usual. Best wishes in Oz. Jamie in midfield in first half. Costas up the blades, up the Ramble. Darren says, yes, great watch along, lads. Go bother a dingo, Jamie, and have fun in the sun. And that's the thing. We've all got to go to bed miserable now. And Jamie can go out and enjoy the sunshine in Australia to make himself feel better. So that's if you can stay awake for the rest of the day. I bet he's still jet lagged at the moment, mate.
I'm not too bad.
Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Enjoy your day, Jamie. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, mate. So Middlesbrough, celebrating just in front of the away fans there. And now they sit top of the league, so that puts them top. They've overtaken Coventry. They're on 61 points. With Coventry, Ipswich, Hull, Millwall and Wrexham in behind them. So, playoff places, I think, still up for grabs there, but we're really going to have to step on it now, Jamie, if we're going to have any chance. And I think, as I say, there's almost no room for error at this point. That result is a bit damaging, I think, in terms of our pursuit of the playoffs.
I think for me, the season's just riding on us potentially relegating Wednesday at Bramall Lane. We just need other results to go a certain way. And if we can do that, I'll happily take that, because that will forever go down in history.
I blame Wilder. Should have played 2 up top and rested Ollie. Maybe, John. Maybe it's all.
Hindsight's a great thing.
Yeah, it's a great thing, as you say. And he probably thought he was doing the right thing, giving Ollie Arblaster the chance to keep the shirt at the start. Just didn't work out. And I think the lack of control we had in the middle of the park is where it stemmed from. In terms of, I just don't think we had enough of a grip of the game.
Sorry to interrupt, mate. Does Boris manager not look a bit like Dave the Nose?
Now that you mention it, yeah, Kim Elberg. We're going to have to put them side by side in a plat chat, a photo of each of them, aren't we? And ask for some opinions on that. I think the hairstyle, certainly. And they're just interviewing.
Yeah, they're just showing stats here. It just shows how many chances Borough had. I think they had 9 shots on target. And if you're giving Cooper stick for the 2, you can say, well done for keeping out 7 of them.
7 of them, yeah. 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 7 of them, yeah Yeah, I mean, he had to be called into action a lot this evening, didn't he? And I mean, Solbrim was a few times as well, but he's got a much more confident team in front of him that's been winning games all season. So it's a little bit of a different dynamic. But no, the Blades go down 2-1 at home. Unfortunately, not the result any of us wanted. But we're certainly glad that you could have all joined us for the watch along. Thank you to everyone that did join and posted comments. And remember to like and subscribe to Blades Ramble if you're not already. Remember to like and subscribe to Ramble FC. If you get over to Ramble FC, you'll see some really good content being put out. Football therapy on a Thursday. Normally on a Tuesday, we go live with All Aboard the Championship, which reviews all the games at this level. And we've got Top 20 Takes, which normally goes out on a Thursday as a pre-recorded show, which reviews the Premier League. So if you get over to Ramble FC, you can check all that out. And also Behind the Ramble, which goes behind the curtain a little bit with Jimmy and showing us some of his day-to-day and how things work for him amongst some other special content that he puts out on there, which is Sheffield United related as well. So yeah, check all of that out. And just to say as well, Jamie, before we go off, and I will try and get to one or two more comments before we do. Class Gents from Gaz, thank you, mate. And I know Gaz was very kindly on standby for us. So he said if it's too much for Jamie to get out of bed at that time, or he can't make it, or can't get get the game on for any reason, let us know and I'll come on. So he was very kind to act as a Ben Osborne for us. And
top man, Gaz.
Raz the Blade said should have took a point there. Bamford should have 2. I thought posting was very poor. Posting was very poor at times. Do you know what he means there? No, not poor at times, but Brooks
passing.
Oh, passing. Sorry, I've just got that there. Sorry, Raz. Yeah, I get caught out with this with the autocorrect in the comments. So yeah, we've cleared that up. But thank you to everyone that joined us. As I say, thank you, Jamie, for getting up really early in the morning in Australia to join it. I hope you enjoyed it as well, despite the result. Hopefully, we can hope for better next time out. Just looking at the league table now, yeah, Middlesbrough top. And before we go off, I just want to see where we are in the table.
I'll get it up for you now, mate. I can just quickly grab it. I think Middlesbrough are now top of the league. I believe we'll still be sat 15th, but we just no, we're now 16th. There's just we're 3 points ahead of 17th place Norwich City on 36 points. We're on 39 points, but we're also 3 points behind 15th place Swansea City. So it's sort of a bit of a gap forming between the team in front of us and the teams behind. We're just sort of in amongst that middle pack. There's 6 points between 15th and 17th. So starting to make a bit of a form table, but be able to see where we end up in that half.
Yeah, and we need to put longer runs together if we are going to make a late push for it. As I say, it's getting more difficult now. I'll finish on the Man Mountain. A view from the mountain. Great stuff, lads. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. High praise indeed from a Ramble legend and a fine presenter of all things on here, watch-alongs and review shows, and also a regular on 3MB as well. So thank you to everyone for joining us. Jamie, thank you very much, mate. I don't know if you want to say anything before we go off air.
No, it's just I've enjoyed doing this today. Obviously, it's now 8 a.m, so I'm been up for 3 hours now. Jesus, I'm knackered. But no, I'm glad I got up to watch it. And just to be fair, it's probably better than watching it here than actually being in the ground cold and wet on a horrible Monday night. Is it over there?
On a Monday night over here, yeah, that's it. Make them all feel better as they trudge home through the cold and rain.
but I'll be in Sea Owl night after night. It sounds I might join in my set just 5 minutes just to see how it's going. But yeah, on and up from there, we'll just keep going from there, Blaze. And remember, we've still got Derby Day coming up to look forward to that, because that'll be an absolute blinder.
It will. We'll look forward to that, and we'll look forward to better hopefully next time out. So that's it, Blades. I'm going to call it there. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to Jamie, and we'll see you next time. Up the Blades. Off we go.